Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break, brought to you by Sand Hills Global, live from Lincoln, America. Here's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
I want to buy a couple ducks. I'm bringing 2 ducks to the office.
This is Early Break.
Good morning. Happy Thursday to you, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. I have to admit something, Sip off the bat.
What is that, Jake?
Bill really surprised me this morning in a good way that this is the same person that told us that if the World Series was over at Haymarket Park and he was dropped off for Game 7 at midfield or at the pitcher's mound, he would not go.
Would not go.
He would not go. No. But he's paying attention to the wild card situation.
I'm following it.
He's paying attention, Sip. He asked about the Royals. Royals won 3-0 last night. He said the Twins got to keep losing because the Tigers are hot. He's got it nailed down. He's watching
Wait a
ball.
second. The Twins got to keep losing because the Tigers are hot.
Yeah, Tigers are hot right now. We're not going to.
What's that mean?
I think the Royals. I say weeks. It is the only team that I do follow.
Right.
So I think we is correct.
You're going with we.
You
are like George Brett.
Well, because I can date back and I can name off the starting lineup like in 1978.
John Mabry, Amos Otis, Cookie Roll House, Fred Podcheck, George Brett.
Yeah. You're better.
Willie
than me.
Wilson.
Willie Wilson. Could he run?
Dennis Leonard.
Yeah.
Pitcher.
Splittorf.
The quiz.
Quisenberry,
Yeah.
Splittorf, Leonard. Daryl Porter was the catcher.
Yes. But Bill was paying attention. He says, the Tigers are not going to get stopped. They're going to make the playoffs.
We're still tied with them, though, right?
That's right, because both teams won last night.
Where's the Twins factor in?
The Twins are 2 games back. They trailed 3-0 early against the Marlins. They won the game 8-3. If they had lost that game, they were effectively done. Not officially done, but effectively done. But they still have a chance. They are right now the fourth.
Real.
Yeah.
It's real, Steve.
The Tigers would be the 3rd wild card. The Twins are the first team out at this moment, and the Mariners are still right there as well. But I don't trust them to make it to the finish line. But Bill, I was impressed with Bill's knowledge of the situation of the wild
Ben
card.
asked me too. He goes, "How much MLB do you watch?" And I told him, I go, "I have the MLB channel on 24/7. I follow everything." He goes, Ben's like, "No, Ben, that's not true. I've never had the MLB channel on in my life. I have no idea what's going on."
We are a sports show.
We're a sports show. Baseball's not. I'm following the Royals close. Jake, what road do we drive down here? Is that Capitol Parkway?
Yes.
So there's quite a situation. I don't know if it gets.
I was
Jake
right
or not.
behind Bill this morning on Capitol Parkway.
So there's quite a situation that goes on Capitol Parkway between 48th and 27th Street.
It's terrible, actually.
The road's down to a one-way, but
it's bad.
But the guy got me today
There's a bike
right there at Scooters. It's the same guy.
I know exactly.
It's the same guy.
I saw the exact. I was right behind
I got
Bill.
it yesterday. So it's a twofold story. So there's this guy that rides his bike to work.
Okay.
And he's got all the gear on. He's got
Yellow.
the reflective.
Yep.
He's got the lights. It's strapped to his head, to his chest, everything. Well, when it gets to he drives right down the middle of the one-lane road.
Oh.
So he's got traffic backed up for forever. And he's just whipping down that. But he got right at Scooters.
Yep.
He entered
He
right
did.
before me.
I saw the exact moment.
And I was 3 cars behind him yesterday. So he's on the same time as us. But at the same time, as much traffic is backed up, and he's just pedaling along, and there's 20 cars behind him with nowhere to go. But at the same time, I'm like, this dude gets up. I'm going to say also when I drive by him, because I really like this guy, he's got to be 65.
Wow.
It's not a
He's
young
old.
guy. He's not a young guy. And he's got all his gear on. And I'm like, this guy gets up in the morning and puts all this stuff on and gets on his bike and he's heading downtown somewhere. So
that has to be an e-bike though, because he's going like 27 miles per hour.
Okay.
I was checking my gauge.
Really?
Like, okay, how fast is the biker going? He's going about 27.
E-bike.
You don't
Might
just
be.
bike that fast as
so
in
he's
general.
getting bonus power because he's pedaling.
Yes.
He is pedaling.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, he is pedaling, but he's getting some bonus
E-bike.
power. But anyway, whoever it is, I'm gonna give him a shout out because But he got me today right at Scooters.
Did he go into Scooters?
No, he
No.
was coming out of that right the street. He turned on right in front of me.
Yeah,
Oh.
South Street. So I'm sitting.
I know where you're talking.
I'm sitting at the South Street light trying to turn on Capitol, and I see Bill's. That's Bill, and here comes this biker that cuts right ahead of him. I'm like, yep, this is going to go well for me and Bill.
Oh boy.
And I was right. It was a little bit of a
Interesting.
slow ride for a while.
Hey,
There.
He gears up though.
He goes all the way from basically it's 48th almost, and then all the way down to 27th, and it goes back to 2 lanes again. And so, but you can't help but when you go by, I kind of give him the look like, dude, I appreciate you. You're out here.
Gears up.
Now,
I wonder how long it takes him to
This
put
is
up.
you can tell he's not on a fun ride. He's heading to work.
there's a good point on the text line from East Lincoln West about this. He says, "Isn't there a bike trail parallel to Capitol Parkway?" Yes, there is.
Mhm.
It goes right along
is.
Capitol,
Yes.
the exact same path,
Yes.
just on the side.
It's on the other side. It'd be on the south
The
side.
south side. You know,
So-
we
Oh,
all
I know that.
we all
I take
the
that
bike
road.
path.
It's right by Jim Hager.
Exactly. It's
Exactly.
exactly where we're at.
Right by old Jimmy.
Yeah, I
It's
know
right where
exactly
we're
where
at.
you're at. Those
But he's still instead of taking the
Take the
bike
bike
path, which was built for this,
Yes,
he takes her right down. Takes her right down the
in
center
a one-lane road.
in a
right
one-lane
now.
road.
Ooh.
And by the way, you know, a very busy road.
Very
Capitol
busy.
Parkway is very important to the
Yeah.
city and navigating
Hmm.
from east to west,
Very important,
north
too.
to south.
I appreciate
It's very important where in the city.
your patience on that matter.
Yeah.
I do.
It kind of caught me with kind of a what the heck deal, like 3 days. He's got me now about 20 times. This isn't something no.
He's spotting you, Bill.
Yeah.
Wait
So
for that
we're
white
on the
pickup coming
same
by.
the same time schedule. But then I also appreciate the heck out of him. If anybody knows him, let us know. Is there any breakers out there?
And who's the biker that's clogging up Capitol Parkway right now? He's clogging it up.
He's clogging it up.
But you know what? He's out there exercising early in the morning.
East Lincoln
so
West has it best because right across, literally
right there.
literally 10 yards away, there's a giant bike path.
He could be on it.
He chose not to go.
And we
on.
Like I said, you guys are a little more. I appreciate your
Hey,
patience. That's
but
what
But
I'm
there's
gonna
not
say.
much of an
I'm
option.
just gonna keep
Sip.
it that.
You can't
way.
run him over. You can't get by him. You have to just.
I'm
put
not
up
gonna,
with it.
and I'm not gonna give him the horn and the double palms up. I'm not gonna.
You're not gonna do that?
No, I'm not doing that.
See, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I'd have to really fight that. I would have to fight it. I probably wouldn't do it, but
Yeah, but you know the moment it goes to 2 lanes, you just whip around and just go a million miles per hour right by him.
Yeah, don't
Right
do
by.
that. Emotions are high.
Yep, they are. Sip, what do you got for anything for Iowa Chit Chef
not
yesterday
really,
at all?
Not really. I don't think so.
You
I mean,
had
I
a-
do, but I don't. I can't. You know,
Ben's distraught.
got ADD.
Emotions are high.
Why would that
Ben's
be,
got
Bill?
asthma.
Why would his emotions be high today,
Well,
Bill?
His bestie, Bella,
It's last day.
our national champion. It's her last day of work
Mm.
here at the ticket.
It is.
Is there a party of
There-
some sort?
There should be.
I don't know.
Yes, there will be a party.
I'll
I'm
check
throwing
on
a
it.
party.
Okay, Bill is throwing
Yes.
the party here.
Yes,
at the
those-
I wasn't
station.
aware
I
of.
text Bella last night about 9:00 and said, "Please arrive early." Because usually
Okay.
she's always here for our show, parts of it. She used to be here for the whole show.
Yeah.
And now she comes in a little bit later, but she's going to arrive early because
Okay.
it's her last day.
Good.
But Ben, this is emotional for him.
Emotions are high.
Emotions are high.
That's what Bill said this morning. Emotions are high.
We saw tears when we walked in this morning.
Ben, have you written her a note, a handwritten note? The power of a handwritten note is a lot.
That was a Bill's Thrills
Poor
back
Ben.
in the day.
Yes, it's the
You
power
handled
of
this
the-
well. Emotions are high.
Emotions are high. Also, inflation hit me for the first time.
What,
Whoa,
what
whoa.
happened?
I
For the
know-
first
trust me, I
time.
know everything.
Really, for the first time?
Yeah, but I know things are. It's one of those
It's
things.
me
that-
every day.
every day.
Same here.
When it really caught me.
Yeah.
It really caught me. I had things going all day, and it was about 1:00, and I'm like 40th and Pioneers, I believe. There's a Casey's there. It's got that. It's a 40 or
Jake,
48th. It's 48th
48th and
48th and
Pioneers,
Pioneers.
yeah.
48th and Pioneers.
Okay.
So I go, I'm going to whip in there and get myself a slice of pizza.
Okay.
So I'm expecting 212.
I'm listening. I'm trying to do something. But go
expecting
ahead.
212. So that
$2.12 for a piece of pizza.
$3.60
Mm.
for a slice of pizza. I thought
Jeez.
that was high. $3.60.
Is that high?
$3.60.
Does
It's a 6-piece pizza. So we're looking. We're staring down and going to buy a pizza from Casey's. Now we're looking at $25-$26.
Yeah. 360. I'm trying to think if that
360.
bothers me.
360 caught me. That
Yeah.
one got me because I was thinking 212 wouldn't have been taken back by 279. 360 got me.
Still
360
pay.
got you.
That pizza's delicious at Casey's.
It's good pizza.
It's always worth whatever you
It's-
pay
it's
for.
good pizza.
Oh, it's so good.
but it just caught me.
360.
That's the number that'll stick in my head forever. 360.
Yeah.
Not down on Casey's.
Would that deter you from buying that pizza, Sip? $3.60?
No, I'm surprised that's what got you,
That's,
frankly.
that's the one that
I'm
got
That's
me.
the first
yeah.
inflation that's got the
That's
bill.
the first
Well,
thing
I'm
that got me.
surprised that yeah.
Tasty
There's other
pizza.
thing. I bought a pumpkin the other day, a little pumpkin like this big. I
Pumpkin?
mean, just
Whoa,
just
why?
just a little pumpkin,
decoration?
decorative pumpkin,
Okay.
pumpkin. I bought 2 of them actually. It was interesting at Russ's. They're $12. They're just little
A
pumpkins,
piece?
and I said, "Geez, those are
Yeah.
$12." And the guy said, "Yeah, you can take them back if you want. That's ridiculous."
Yeah.
I was like, "No, I'm not going to take
Yeah.
them back." But the guy in the Russ's worker said, "Yeah, that's a ridiculous price. If you want, you don't have to buy them." But
I appreciate that guy.
I did,
Yeah, it's like,
but
hey,
I
listen.
bought them anyway. But that
The
one
guy at
got
the
me.
store even told you take him back. It's
Yeah.
too
Can you
expensive.
imagine
That's
if he gave me the
incredible.
360 and I took the pizza pot and just went back?
Well,
and,
I
and
think
put it back
people
in
do
the
it.
oven
Back
and
on the
put,
rack.
put it back in the
I
rack.
think people do it.
That I would never do. I'm like you.
That's wrong.
When I make the decision to pick it up and someone goes, "Oh, wow," I'm like, no, I'm buying it.
Yeah, it'd be hard to say. It's funny we're having this conversation because there's a guy at Darius. There's a guy named Darius that works at the Quick Stop and Havelock, the one over by the Jake would know this, the one by the Burger King that's now shuttered.
The deceased BK over there. Yeah.
Yeah, and he said that I don't know why he brought it up. Well, I think I know what. I think I know why. For some reason I said thank you, ma'am, and I caught myself. I was like, I'm
boy.
sorry, Darius. I just had a long day, and he said, yeah, it's funny. He said a lot of people, what you're noticing, a lot of people take out the prices on the cash register. People like that something will be inordinately high priced, and they'll take it out on the person. I've never seen that, and I've never done it. But I've never even seen it. But he says, yeah, it happens a lot, actually.
It happens a lot.
Does it?
I think just in life. Sometimes there's times I'm talking to somebody and I'll be like saying something. I'm like, but just so you know, I do understand that you are not in charge of this. But people who else would you say it to?
Yeah. That person's right in front of
I'm saying they get it the most on one thing. I need 2 packs of Marlboro Red. And all of a sudden, that's 42. It's $42.
It's like 22 now.
And they lose their mind.
Now, somebody can help me. I've had to purchase cigarettes for people. I
like the look of that.
I have. And they're incredibly expensive now. When we were better times, it was not. It was like, what was it, $1.50 maybe?
I don't know. It wasn't that bad.
Now it's like $9.
My good friend Chris Buchholz would have. We talked about this a while back, where his dad would be like, "Hey, he'd be in whatever 3rd grade, give him a couple bucks. Hey, go down to the store and give me some smokes."
Yeah,
like that. And the kid just ride on his bike, go down, and it's just going like that. And I need 2 packs of Marlboro.
If you smoke a pack a day, you're going $10 a day now. I mean, you on
inflation?
It's probably more than that. I bet it.
I think it might.
I think a pack of cigarettes is somewhere around
11.
Like a pack is probably somewhere around. Is it what, $8 or $9?
Yeah,
what it is.
I have to go investigate this after the show.
Well, somebody, come on, Breakers. I mean, there's got to be a
if you're
smoker.
buying cigarettes, how much are they right now? What's a pack cost? Breakers 464-5685. Let us know. We have no idea.
Has anybody identified the bike rider?
Someone asked the question: did he have a white or gray beard? I thought he
Gray.
did. He had gray beard.
Grayish beard. Yeah, I'm saying the guy's 65 years old, late 50s, mid 60s, somewhere in that area.
GP in Gretna says a pack of Dusties are about $9 to $10.
Yeah, there you go. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Ryan,
it seemed like there was $11 one place. I was like, ooh.
Ryan in California says a can of Copenhagen's about $10 to $11 right here in California right now.
Whoa. Yeah, I would think that would be something that would steer you away.
Yes.
From it.
Yes.
I wonder what like cigarillos are now. They used to be $3.12.
Ask Farley. He gets a lot of those.
Does he?
Yeah. When he comes to Farley, if you're listening, how much are cigarillos?
They used to be $3, and I was 3 packs a day, and it was an expensive habit. And then when I quit, I was like, holy God, this is a car payment.
So you're just carrying around cash.
Yeah, it was like a car payment.
Yeah.
It's amazing if you stop. Think if you smoke and you smoke a pack a day, it's $10 a day added up.
Yes.
300.
It's a lot of money.
300 a month.
That is
That's car payment.
That's
well, it was a
chit
car
chat.
payment back then. You ain't getting a car
payment.
Not now. Better times, Jim Sabota.
That is Idle Chit Chat, sponsored by Renew. Call or text David at 402-833-3858 or visit renewyourauto.com to do everything from body shop, ceramic coatings, window tinting, and more. Renewyourauto.com. 464-5685. Call or text.
I'm excited for this.
So yesterday we told the news about the quarterback from UNLV, Matthew Sluka, who is leaving the team due to unfulfilled NIL with UNLV. some details came out because they had to come out about, hey, what's happening here at UNLV? A lot of investigation going on there from different reporters, and there's a lot of news in this situation, but it appears that Matthew Sluka was maybe promised $100,000 to play at UNLV, and maybe has only received about $3,000 of that thus far.
Well,
that was one of the reports I saw yesterday.
Well,
because there's a lot of layers here. There's a lot of layers here.
To
with
lead
this
off
Sluka
with,
situation.
and then Sips up next here. To lead off with, this is one of the more intriguing stories in the history of college football. It really is. I've never seen a story blow up like this. It was on the whole drive-in today, Jake, if you're listening.
Yes, I was listening.
It was the same thing going on in the same drive-in. So go ahead, Steve, with details.
Well, I mean, just the details. There are varying stories. And now I'm seeing actually that the Las Vegas Review-Journal updated its story. So it's getting more complicated by the hour.
Wonderful.
Yes, it is more complicated by the hour.
So he was apparently promised $100,000. Okay, promised $100,000. No signed agreement.
Right.
So I'm sorry. He was promised $100,000 by the collective. So there's a collective at UNLV. This is all
now
outsourced employment now. So it's not even the school that you're dealing with. You're dealing with this collective.
I raised my hand.
Yeah.
The big part of it has been that even the agent said it's not the collective. It's the assistant coach, the offensive coordinator.
Okay, the assistant.
That's who made the promise.
That's who made the promise.
That's the problem.
Yeah, collective is saying we've never heard of this in our lives.
Yes.
Right. So now what's happened is they came to an agreement to pay him $3,000 per month for 4 months. The collective said, we'll pay you $3,000 per month for 4 months. And Sluka said, no, that's not enough. And that's why he walked. So he's got, I mean, that's it. I mean, that's the long and short of it.
The layers of this thing goes on forever. So I listened to Hester, had the agent on yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Cromartie.
That's that.
His name is Cromartie.
Yes. He was on, and he works for an agency. And then the one thing that they proposed to him, he goes, we proposed this, that, okay, 100,000 is a lot for 4 months. We'll take 10,000 a month.
Okay.
And that also was vetoed.
That's right. That's what it says in the story. You're right.
It was offered 10,000 a month, and that was vetoed. But then one interesting piece. He talked about how the agency in himself had identified the quarterback a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
So now there's agencies out there identifying players, and they're able to talk to the players legally talk to the players and say, hey, we have these options. Don't forget, and he talked about, we had a lot better options than this. We just felt this was the best place for him at 100,000. Best place. His coach left Holy Cross and is now the head coach at JMU that just hung 70 in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't take him with him.
No.
And so he did. Now, whether he could have not, that's all out there. But this goes so deep right now. You saw the USC, Barrick Alexander.
Yes, that's right. Defensive lineman.
He did the same thing last night.
You're kidding.
He's played in all 3 of the first games.
All 3 of the first games.
He's holding out.
What's that? No, he's not
leaving.
even holding out. He's just out. Because I'm out.
He has played. He's made tackles. He's done. Last night he announced he's done. There's a domino effect.
See,
with all
here's
this.
the one thing that you can say is this. What would you call it? The ability to unrestricted transfer and NIL don't go together. One of them's got to go. You can't have unrestricted. You can't have unrestricted transfer space and NIL.
So simple. You're spot on.
You can't have them both.
You've got to have rules.
Well,
there's no rules.
No, there's not.
There's no police.
There's
no one overseeing any of this. There's no rules.
It's ridiculous.
This is complete mayhem.
There's no contracts like the NFL. See, people, what drives you crazy more than anything, Bill, is when people say, well, it's just like the pros. No, it's not like the pros. There's structured contract. Brock Purdy's making, he's making like 800,000, or almost not even $1 million. So Brock Purdy, he will eventually, but his initial contract is for $895,000. That's what it is. Okay, there's the quarterback at Nebraska is making much more than that. Okay, system's broken, but eventually
he was
Purdy,
in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
last year.
the Super Bowl. Eventually Purdy will get his. You know, it'll happen. But
So-
there's a con. There, he
So
has
what
a
is that
contract.
again? They have a what?
A contract.
A contract.
Right.
Yeah. This also drives me nuts with this. Well, we had a verbal agreement. Well, right away, that doesn't hold.
Stupid.
It's like,
Well, then
right
you're
away,
an idiot.
you have nothing to say.
Right.
Well, I can't do anything till this time. Well, do you have any other ways to prove that this was said? Any other ways to prove that this was said? I mean, what was sounded like when he was on the show yesterday was that it was
Cromartie,
Cromartie was
the agent.
basically said that they said we're looking for 100,000, and the offensive coordinator said that shouldn't be a problem. That's the bind.
That's the bind.
That's the bind.
That's not a bind.
I don't think that's.
It's not a very good bind.
No.
Now, here's the thing with Sluka, and this is what kind of drove me nuts reading some of the media coverage of this, that Sluka surely will go to a place and get paid more. He'll have to go to a Power 4 school if he's going to get paid a lot of money, the kind of money he wants, and he's not good enough. That's the problem. Don't assume that this quarterback for UNLV is going to get picked up by a Power 4 team and get his bag, because he's not that good.
He's throwing at 44%.
He can run. He cannot pass, though.
Right. He's not
throwing at 44%.
Where's he going? Where's he going? And if he goes somewhere, he's not starting in a Power 4 school. I mean, he wouldn't make Nebraska's top 4. Okay. I mean, this is that's what it sort of drove me nuts. The media, naturally the media sort of is slanted towards him. Well, he'll just go somewhere and make his money. Okay. We'll see on that. We'll see on that.
Also,
it says that so the kids are making bad decisions.
So I thought through this. I go, what would be your advice to him if I thought like that? If he's my son, I'm like, I'd have pretty good advice. Okay, we think we really are we're not getting what we were told.
3,000 months.
Why would you not make a statement of some sort? Even make it public if you want to. This is what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I have another game. I'm not quitting my team, but I want everyone to know what's going on.
Yeah, that's
here.
what I said yesterday in the spillover.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I said.
That's right. Yeah, just say it like that.
That's what I said. I said, I'm going to keep playing.
Got to keep playing.
But just so you know, I'm not getting paid. I don't even know if I'd do that if I was him, but that'd be one way to do it. Here's the thing. I mean, Purdy can't go to the 49ers and say, I'm not going to play anymore till I get paid more. You just can't show up one day in the NFL and do that. You can in college, though. It's amazing. I didn't know Bear Alexander did that, by the way.
No, there are some holdouts in the NFL that does exist. Usually before the season, though. Usually in training camp, you'll see, hey, I'm not going to practice until I get my new contract. That will happen.
And there's also pushback that they're talking about is that true pay for play technically is still illegal. Right. So when you if you walk in and say, hey, so that also
that's what UNLV is saying.
UNLV
that this violates NCAA rules and state law. That pay for play, what they're doing is against NCAA rules, which is technically true. It's all pay for play. NIL is it's misleading. NIL is like a deal with a dealership, right? Yeah. Or Sims's deal with Amigos.
It's supposed
that's
to
name
be.
image.
It's supposed to be that.
Yeah,
and it hasn't been.
No, it's something else.
Now, also at UNLV yesterday, one of the running backs also decided to leave the program. Michael Allen, who this year has 19 carries for 108 yards in 3 games, respectable. He had 10 carries.
Rotational guy.
He had 10 carries for 65 yards in the first game, a win against Houston for UNLV. He says, after 3 games, I've decided to utilize my redshirt and enter the portal at the end of the season as a redshirt junior. I'm grateful for UNLV and wish them nothing but success. Expectations for opportunities, unfortunately, were not met, and I am excited to continue my football career.
He's not even the starter.
No, he's not. He's
guess what?
Rotational back.
They're also on a team that's getting votes. They're like 28th. It's the best start of a season.
They don't care. It's interesting.
Imagine being on a team that's one of the best. They have a chance. And I'm not saying just a wild chance. They're probably they're talking about 6 to 8 schools have the chance to make the college football playoffs, because if they win the Mountain West or win the Group of 5 spot,
doesn't matter.
So they're one of like 8 to 10 teams right now that people are talking about. It could be UNLV. They've beaten 2 Big 12 teams.
Doesn't matter. Now, some people are going to say, Bill and Jake, that you guys, come on, don't be hypocritical. If it was if the situation was you you're working, but you're not getting paid what you thought, you do the same thing. Now, it's not apples. It's not apples to apples. I would tell, like, if I was Sluka's dad and you're entering into this world, you're leaving Holy Cross, and you're trying to get money, NIL money. I'd say to him, look, this is we're in the very early stages of all this. You may get this money, and you may not. It's not like going to work for Hertz. It's not like going to work for an established company. So I hope you understand that you're going into a situation you may get what you want, you may not. Now at Nebraska, you don't have to worry about it. You're going to get in a place like Nebraska. I wouldn't have that conversation with my kid, but if he's going to UNLV or somewhere, in a lower conference, I'd say, look, we might make some money here. You might make some money here, but be prepared that if it doesn't go exactly the way you want,
100.
Yeah, I mean, because it's a new world. It's novel. The system's deeply flawed. So don't think you're just going to get all this money handed on your doorstep. It probably is not going to work that way.
Which goes back to Bill Srills. You have to have a commissioner.
Yeah,
you have to have somebody that's like that steps in from the outside right now, because the Falcons don't make their own decisions.
No,
they don't. The NFL, the Shield,
who
makes
let this
the
go
decision.
forward? Who let this go forward when it was not ready? You got to wind back to that conversation. This unrestricted transfer coupled with NIL, who let that go through?
Well, it's because the antitrust laws say that you can't stop it.
Yeah,
they without collective bargaining. Which goes back to the committee.
It's coming.
If you don't have that, then you can't.
It's coming.
That's why you could do the same thing in the NFL, but like they go, no, we didn't. The players bargained, and the teams bargained.
Yeah,
this is what we do. This is how contracts work,
and that's going to happen now.
I felt that
it's going to happen.
I felt that the agent Cromartie, correct?
Yeah, his name is Cromartie,
and I'm not sure the company he's with. He's with a firm, but anyway,
I'll get that for you.
I felt it was a very bad look on them. He's on the radio talking freely about how there was promises, and most people are sitting thinking like, hang on now, did you guys do your due diligence on all of this? That's the part I was seeing. I'm like, I don't know if they had their, and so I know you can't say, oh, we couldn't sign this or whatever, but do we have everyone in the room? So if he was there when it was said, when the offensive coordinator said, oh, that's not a problem. Okay, let's back up a second. So you're saying $100,000. He talked about he was there he was graduating, so he didn't come until June 1. So it's like, okay, so we're going to get $20,000 per month, right? You said this right? Does everyone here have you spoken?
Don't you want that in writing?
Do you think agents don't talk to the collectives? And the collective guy is swearing. He goes, "I've never talked to him. I thought it looked really bad on the agency."
So his name is Marcus Cromartie of Equity Sports. That's the quarterback Sluka's agent. Yeah, I mean,
let me ask you this: in terms of this commissioner idea, the czar, which has been brought up before, and it's a great idea. How attractive is that job? Because this is so out of control that if you even get that role, where do you start? How do you corral what's happening right now in college sports? It's great to have the idea of this, but there's so much going on that probably we don't even know about.
Well, there's court cases pending.
Have to find a way to.
There's court cases pending, and what Dan would tell you, Troy Dan, because I heard him speaking on this. We're heading towards collective bargaining. We're heading towards athletes as employees because that's the only way to do it.
Yeah, and then you also the hard. You don't have someone overseeing everything. Plus, you also have everyone operating as independent contractors, as they should, because that's their job. It's the Big Ten's job to take care of the Big Ten.
Right.
SEC take care of the SEC. Well, those two have so much power now. Those two schools, they don't want to be like going, well, what's the best for all college football or all sports? No, what's the best for the SEC and the Big Ten, which is correct. That's their job to be able to do that. This happens that Nebraska is very lucky that they're in the power. One of the power. They're in the power.
They're in the power structure.
Yeah. If you're in the
UNLV is not.
But same thing. The AFC and the NFC don't operate independently. They don't.
No, they don't.
They don't also like going, the NFC, we have the Cowboys and we have these guys. So we're going to go to Fox and we're going to get more money from Fox because we have the people that's who everyone wants to watch. We have the most, and you don't do that. And so that starts with the whole thing. He always talks about the only guy that could possibly ever run the whole thing would be Sankey. Yeah. But then Sankey's got to be like, okay, if you're going to run this whole thing, things will even out by conference.
I would think.
And they don't, and people don't.
They don't
that.
want. Some people don't.
Some people
that.
don't want that. The Big 12 and the
It's
ACC
complicated.
do, and the other guys, Big 10, and they're going,
it's a
oh,
mess,
no.
It's what I'm saying.
It's a colossal mess.
Very tough role for a commissioner, a czar, to take over.
It's
try to
a
clean it up.
mess. It's an unfortunate mess.
This story yesterday will create change. It'll create somebody where it's the point.
It'll create. I mean, come on. This it's going to be employed. There's going to have to be employed. They're going to be made employees. Now, here's a question I have for you: if they collect the players into this collective bargaining, will part of it be we don't have to go to school if we don't want?
It gets to be that way.
You wonder about that.
All of a
They
sudden-
can go to school after they're done playing if they want.
All of a sudden, it's that. Well, he's this, and this. Why is he not playing? He went under 9 hours, or under 12 hours. So
I wonder if somebody
he's behind in algebra 2.
Yeah, part of the collective bargaining where you don't have to go to school if you don't want to. You can just play.
And 2% make any money professionally.
Right.
So having that education would be really sweet.
Yeah, I'm not
Sweet.
advocating it.
Yeah. Oh no, I agree.
It's pretty important.
Yeah.
Pretty important.
Yeah.
So we'll keep tracking the story as more unveils.
It will be the biggest story today, also, because
Bear Alexander, is that his name?
Yeah, Bear USC.
He did the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah,
and he has played every game so far. He's got tackles.
He just wants more money.
I don't think so. I think
What is it?
I think if he wants more money, I believe he wants it from someone else. Like, I'm going to play my last year of eligibility someplace else. Also, which is interesting because he probably will get paid because he's a D lineman.
Oh, he'll get paid.
But his numbers are terrible.
Yeah. Okay.
He's not producing on the field.
I know. Yeah.
He's played, but he's not. There's
like 3 tackles this year.
There's no. I don't think he had a sack last year.
But the point is he can just leave in the middle of the season. That's the point.
Yeah.
Early in the season. Yeah. The problem.
Jeez.
Before we get to break, Sip, I know you're famished over there. You're starving.
Do I look unhealthy?
Yeah, a little bit. You look a little bit hungry. Is all I was saying.
It looks as if you have an event today because you're dressed
nice
different.
polo on today. Get the polo.
And you have long pants.
The orange polo on.
Long pants. Where are you going today? You going to Fremont?
I'm going to Beatrice.
Oh,
so I wore orange.
He's properly attired for Beatrice.
Nice.
Smart man. You're a good man for that. Thank you.
Orangeman.
My town.
You played there, didn't you? Now you were in a lower class. I was going to say, we could have played Legion baseball against each other.
I remember it growing up. I'm like, my dad goes, we're thinking about playing Beatrice. Don't do
What
it.
about Columbus?
Don't do it. Don't
What about
do
Columbus?
it. Yeah, we wanted a piece of you. Yeah, we wanted a piece. Yeah, we went down there in a heartbeat.
I was going to say, we played Legion ball at the same time. I was thinking about it last night, but we didn't go down. We didn't go down class.
We played up a lot.
Well, on your way
Bill's
to Beatrice,
hit me.
before you
He's
get to
behind
Beatrice, you should go to Early Bird for some
The
breakfast
bird!
because you're hungry. Breakfast burritos, chicken fried steak, which is what, Bill?
Smothered.
What is it?
Smothered.
Thank you. That's more like
A large
Jake
variety
changed the whole
of
thing.
pancakes, and of course the world famous hash holes.
Hash hole.
hash holes.
That was good.
Wow.
That was good.
Hey, and we'll be there
was
on
hard.
Tuesday next week, 6
I can't
to 8
believe
a.m. Jamie Burrow on the scene. Please make plans to join us. Make plans to join us at 6 to 8 a.m. at 19th and K Early Bird. It's a wonderful spot.
Get Jamie's
Have a
autograph.
breakfast cocktail or a Busch Light.
Get a Busch Light and some scrambled eggs. That's what Ben's gonna have.
That sounds pretty good.
Sounds kind of
Not a
tasty.
bad way to start the day.
Frosty mug.
Yeah. Oh God, that does sound good.
Okay.
A lot of pepper.
Pepper.
Yep, you can load
Put
it
some
up.
pepper in the beer.
Early Bird, 19th and K. Check it out today.
Look at
When we
Ben.
come
He's
back,
happy. Why is Ben happy?
Bella's in the building. Yeah,
Bella's in the building.
When we come back, an update from Matt Rhule on statewide radio from last night. Next, an early break on the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Gary with Gary Michaels Clothiers Lincoln. I'm here to tell you about our custom shirt program. When you come into the store, we measure your chest, mid-waist, and sleeve length. Enter the measurements in an app, and we create your data fit size. You then try on one of our 99 data fit shirts for the proper fit. After that, pick out the fabric, collar, cuff, placket, and in roughly 2 weeks, your shirts are delivered at the same cost of buying off the rack. And by the way, the neck fits too. Gary Michaels Custom Shirts at 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and my schedule can get a little hectic. From softball practices to going to class, traveling for games, spending time with family, and catching up with friends, I am always on the go. I want a bank that can help me from anywhere, but also be there when I need them. That's Midwest Bank. They have the same mobile banking technology as those big banks, but have that hometown feel that I like every time I walk through the doors. They make banking easy no matter where I am. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine with a light wind out of the south and an afternoon high around 85. Tonight, clear skies with calm winds and a low around 54. And tomorrow, more sunshine with light winds and an afternoon high around 84. I'm meteorologist Kyle Becker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations, now 5 Lincoln locations. That's 25% more locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11, located right alongside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios at 1040 O Street.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call John Henry's at 402-435-5555 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-435-5555.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Segment 2, as always, sponsored by our friends at Beck's Hybrids. Farmers, we know that volume discounts are a major factor when ordering seed. Oftentimes, discounts are lost buying from multiple brands, but Beck's has the most diverse lineup in the marketplace. Go to beckshybrids.com for a full farm quote, and always remember the 3 F's: faith, family, and farming at Beck's Hybrids.
If you live in Lincoln, be ready for a flyby on Saturday morning.
Seriously?
Trevor's going to drop it down low and whip right down Main Street, right down O Street. Kind of a flyby.
Is he really?
Yeah, you can do a little flyby for. He's got 17 people on a jet. That's how big the jet is. Don't you think about it? And Trevor's flying it. Trevor's flying it.
Got his pilot's license over the summer.
Over the
Spare
summer.
time.
Spare time to make sure that to go see Sonny. So it'll be in. So you get to meet Sonny. I'll hit Trevor that again. You get to meet Sonny.
He's going to be at the ball game in West Lafayette.
Yes, West Lafayette, and he's going to be in a suite right next to yours.
Is it?
Yeah, right next to yours. Yes.
Okay, right next to the press box.
Right next to the press box.
Yes, probably is probably.
Obvious right there.
Yeah. There are suites right around there. They are, Jake.
I know. I've not been to that stadium, but I assume that the suites be right around the press.
You and Elizabeth haven't gone to West Lafayette?
We have not made that trip yet. No.
It's kind of a cool stadium, I guess.
You've been there
a ton.
A ton.
Been there, obviously, been in the big in this conference a lot. Yeah. So we make the stop there numerous times. I always liked it. I always liked going
West
to
Lafayette.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack. You know what's interesting? Somewhat interesting. There's a Lafayette and a West Lafayette that you can't tell the difference. Yeah, I mean, you might be in West Lafayette and you're actually in Lafayette.
Is it the same as Lansing with Michigan State, East Lansing and Lansing?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. It is. Yeah,
you Piscataway, New Brunswick. I never know the difference either.
No, you don't know.
What's it? Well, I'm Piscataway. Where's New Brunswick at? I think we're in New Brunswick too.
You can't tell.
It's like no, you have no idea.
All the same.
It's all the same. You have no idea.
I said it wrong. You might be in West Lafayette, but you're actually in Lafayette. It's that.
I got you.
Yeah. Anyway, the stadium's.
No, I've
okay.
not. I have not been there.
Surprising that Jake hasn't been there.
We had cake.
Okay, Bell was last.
Is it surprising I've not been to West Lafayette?
I don't know because you.
Yeah, it surprises me. You go out and do. Jake, you drove down to the Royals game.
That's a 3-hour drive.
I know, but still, you've been around. You like the Big Ten.
I've been to Ohio State back in college. I've been to Iowa. I have been to Minnesota. Not many beyond that.
Not many beyond
in
that.
In the Big Ten. Well, Wisconsin. I've been to Wisconsin.
Okay, so you're getting down.
I went to the Big Ten. I went to Northwestern once.
I mean,
I
got the big West covered. I mean,
so why would I not?
West.
Yeah, why would I be? Why would I not? Why would I go to West Lafayette? Well, you've been to 15 other schools, Jake.
Maybe
that's the reason why.
I have been outside the Rutgers Stadium, but not like a game day.
But still, that's
not
my
for a
point.
game.
That's still my point. Why in the world would I be there? Well, because there's 18 teams, and you've been to 17 of them.
I have
Jake,
I have not been to Bloomington. I've driven through Champaign. Never stopped at the Illinois game.
Again, Champaign.
That's the dumbest thing you've ever said, Sid. Why would I go to West Lafayette? Just because I've been to every other school?
Maybe someday I'll get to West Lafayette.
When does this mayhem stop?
It won't be this year. It won't be Saturday.
He did look at me like I was crazy.
He did. He's like
why would I go to West Lafayette?
I promise. Purdue's there.
I'll
That's
get
why.
there sometime.
And Nebraska plays Purdue. They played them every year now for what? Since they've been in the league, basically.
Yes, I've had chances. I've not gone though. Last night, Matt Rhule spoke on statewide radio. Gave us a little update on a couple things. The first thing off the bat is the kicker situation. Sip.
Okay.
John Hull, per Matt Rhule, will hold down place kicking once again, and Tristan Alvano will likely miss a few weeks, according to Matt Rhule. So it'll be John Hull's show.
Who's the backup?
It would be Nico Ottomanelli.
Okay.
Yes. That's a good question. Now it's interesting too. I appreciate what Rhule said about Hull. I think Bill would understand this. That he's not where he's going to ultimately be. He's essentially what Rhule said is he's developing as a kicker. Eventually, he'll get to a point where, now this is Sipple talking, not Rhule, that you feel comfortable. Right now, maybe as a fan you don't, but he'll get there. As Rhule notes, Hull has a big leg, a lot of talent, and he does have. I mean, when you see him kicking on the field before the game, he can hammer. He's just not. There's an accuracy issue. There was a holding issue. We'll call it an operation issue during the game the other night. So yeah, there you go. But I don't know. I was going to ask Bill. Kickers aren't always a finished product when they get to campus, right? Probably some are.
Not finished, but you better be able to kick. That's not one of those things where it's like, well, we're just going to, you know what? He played wide receiver in high school, but he's going to be a linebacker for us. We're going to develop because he's long, and all of a sudden it's like the foot better hit the ball really well. There's not someone
Division I.
There's not a coach walking around going like, hang on now, let's see, that guy's pretty athletic. Let's see here, Jamari Butler. Come over here. Let's start working on
that leg.
Let's start working on this.
No, that's a good point.
You got to be at a pretty high level.
Yeah.
But the difference is, in SIP, as minute as our baseball career is, there was times, and we all had it when you played, where it's like, I can't wait to get to bat. I am hitting the ball. I'm crushing the ball. Nothing can get past me. Then there's a stretch you go, I don't think I can touch it.
Right.
I don't even know. I'm praying to God I get walked.
Yep.
I mean, that's what happens. I mean, think about the Royals. How do you not score for 28 and then go out and start winning games? Then all of a sudden now you're winning games?
They're not machines.
No. And so
people aren't machines.
But it can get very mindful. It can be very, very mindful.
Yeah. Harrison Bucker missed an extra point.
He did.
Yeah.
Early on against the Falcons.
Yeah. No, they're not machines. Go ahead, Jake.
Gunnar Gatula gave him some nice praise last night.
Gunnar Gatula
in place of the injured Turner Corcoran.
Everything I've heard suggests that Gunnar Gatula will be the starting left tackle against Purdue. But the question will be, who are they working somebody else there? Are they working? And I think they are working Mazuka. They can move the center out there. Ben Scott played tackle at his previous stop, Arizona State. Played tackle.
That's a much larger move from center to tackle, from guard to left tackle, just because of what does it do for your weakness of that position? When you move someone, the first thing is like, okay, we move him. Now, do we make the other position a disaster?
Right.
And I'm not saying it'd be a disaster for somebody else at center, but the center position is a lot. I remember you guys talking about this. I didn't live any of it. You guys talked about there was a time with Cam Jurgens.
There were some snapping issues.
It was a major issue.
And so my point is like that. I'm sure the backup is just fine. So I'm not saying that, but it's a lot. The center position is a lot.
The center backup would be Sam Sledge right now, who's a redshirt freshman.
Awesome. Sam would do a great job.
Yeah, he's listed as a redshirt freshman. You might move Justin Evans there, but then you got a left guard, opening that you got to deal with. So yeah, it's an issue. Mazuka could play left tackle if they want. Ben Scott. They've even mentioned Henry Lutovsky. So everything.
Tyler Kinnack as well.
Tyler Kinnack. Good job, Jake. Everything suggests though Gunnar Gatula will be the left tackle to start the game.
How is the game starting? The fans might want to know if Gatula goes at tackle.
Mm-hmm.
Then is Mazuka back in there? Is he back as a starter?
Well, we don't know that.
Okay.
That Rhule he has not said, and he didn't say last night.
He did not.
Didn't shed any light on that last night. So we still don't know if will Mazuka be back at his right guard spot where he started the first two games. We don't know.
I know I say it's in great detail. I know the whole family. At that
John Hole,
but I don't know. I haven't worked with him. The whole family, just as a whole. Get it?
I do.
Nice.
Yeah, we got that one.
Very solid people.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very grounded. So I don't anticipate a mental breakdown.
God bless the kid.
Of like I don't want to be here. This is too hard for me. At the moment's not too big. They're very level.
Rhule pointed this out, and it's true. His one of his very first kicks is he's trying to kick a game winner at Memorial Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that isn't easy to do for a kid. Yeah. It's not. Now you know what? He's a guy that going on the road might be a good thing for him. Hopefully he gets he gets a few. I'd like to see him line up in a little low pressure environment for a 40-yarder and kick it through. That would probably help him a lot. Low pressure environment. Jake hasn't been there, but it's low pressure.
17 of 18. Why would I go to West Lafayette?
Why would I ever go to Purdue?
Haven't quite been there yet. The other thing of note last night was that he says Javin Wright is getting closer to playing potentially this week. If not this week, maybe next week. Javin Wright back as a linebacker.
That was maybe the most interesting revelation, that he could be back this week. That'd be welcome.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it'd be welcome. The defense is not what we expected so far. That's all eyes on the defense.
The last two games. The first two games, they were as expected. Last two, they've not been.
Sure.
So there's your update from Matt Rhule. Before we get to break, from YouTube, I meant to read this earlier.
We should read YouTube sometime.
This is from Brett. Brett on YouTube says, "Hey guys, long-time listener. I want to give my brother a shout out for him and his wife having their first baby over the weekend, building a breaker, as the show has said. The daughter's name is Keyshawn.
Nice.
Yeah, hopefully you get her in front of YouTube and start the process.
Keyshawn Noah.
Start the process.
So there you go. Congrats to
we have a lot of
the
breakers.
new breakers.
We have new breakers every day.
We do.
We have new breakers.
We're building
every
breakers.
single- we're
Young and
building-
old.
Yes.
Yes.
All ages.
And in between.
Better time.
Jim Svoboda, better time. When we come back, Rick Heyman's Song of the Day next on Early Break on the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You can help fight deadly diseases like RSV and influenza while getting paid for your time. Velocity Clinical Research is now seeking clinical trial participants in your area. Participants can receive compensation for study-related time. No health insurance is needed to join. Find a study near you at velocitytrials.com. That's velocitytrials.com.
I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I'm proud of my Nebraska roots, and I'm proud to be back home. And at Midwest Bank, they're proud to be your local community bank. They believe in family first, taking initiative, showing integrity, and rolling up their sleeves to support their local communities. They treat everyone like family, no matter where you're from. Whether you walk into a branch in York, Lincoln, Norfolk, or Pierce, you know you're going to be welcomed with a smile. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring your friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month.
Hurry, this deal ends soon.
See Home Club for details.
In today's digital landscape, the security of your business is non-negotiable. That's why you need better cybersecurity solutions. At Hamilton, we make it our business to protect your network, data, and digital assets with the latest in cybersecurity technology. Our dedicated team of experts has the technology in place to protect what matters most to you and your business. Stay ahead of cyber threats with better cybersecurity protection. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Hey guys, it's your girl Jordan from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. As you gear up for game day this season, don't forget the MVP in your life. Whether it's a ruby bracelet to show off her team spirit or a timeless Heartland diamond that shines from across the room, we've got the perfect play. Our experts at Sartor Heyman are here to help you make the winning move. Until next time, happy shopping, guys.
Come enjoy a show of the Midwest's best boxing on Saturday, October 5th with Roughnecks at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. 8 bouts are scheduled for the night, including the main event of Dwayne Johnson and Jack Lawless Frericks in the professional middleweight championship bout. Doors open at 6 p.m. with first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the boxers and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Aloe Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit aloefiber.com to switch today.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Move over, Jake.
I'm moving. Jeez.
Thursdays are reserved for a man with a wider range of music knowledge than Jake could ever dream of.
This is the golden era. You would hear this on any radio station. You know, it wasn't like it is now.
Okay.
You know, you got country, you got R&B, you got pop, you got rap, you got rock. They didn't have that then. You heard everything.
A man who knows a good song when he hears it, just as much as a good diamond when he sees it.
You get a diamond!
Yes, I do get a diamond. I get a diamond, and that makes me happy.
It's time for Rick Heyman's Song of the Day, sponsored by Sartor Heyman Jewelers, on Early Break on 93.
Once again, your song of the day, Tumbling Dice by Linda Ronstadt. 464-5685. 1 is bad, 10 is good. Text rating and Rick Heyman, Sartor Heyman Jewelers Song of the Day. A live performance for that one.
Whoa! Now hold on, Bill.
That was
Jake.
live.
There was great risk in that because "Tumbling Dice" is an incredible song, right? By the Stones.
Yeah, incredible.
Jake, you looked at me like I was crazy when I said Stones. That was
the Rolling Stones.
The music was clearly Tumbling Dice, so I thought it was going to be the Stones.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. My
But
bad.
it was Linda Ronstadt doing it, which is I love Linda Ronstadt doing a Stones song. Wow, Rick. I mean, creative, yeah, incredibly creative. You worry about was it forced? I mean, was it a forced thing? Linda Ronstadt doing Tumbling Dice? Not really. Linda Ronstadt's incredibly talented. I kind of got the chills. I'll go 9.1443.
Whoa.
Kind of got the chills.
That's a run of 9s for you the last few days.
Kind of got the chills because I love Linda Ronstadt. Big fan.
Rick's diamonds are exquisite. His pricing is ridiculous. It's the best place to ever go for jewelry. He's had some epic fails at music, and this one is not. This one is not. This one is extremely good. Sip nailed. I don't want to overdo it. He nailed it. The risk was high. At first, you kind of go, I don't know. That's the Stones, and it's so good. And all of a sudden, you go, I don't know. This one is incredible. And then Linda Ronstadt. Are you kidding me? Linda Ronstadt. And she's in the Hall of Fame 4 times over.
Oh, gosh.
Rick, it's an 8.999.
Nice. I'll go with an 8 flat. Still a good score. Not as high as you guys. Didn't know the song that well.
Well,
she sounded good though.
Ben's not gonna get it. Ben's gonna get it like
Bella's
a 3.6. Ben has no idea how good that is. 3.6 for Ben. Bella's probably 7.1. 3.0 and 1.7.
1.7 from the young ones.
The youth.
No, the youth didn't like that.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Then you wonder why there's disconnect in the world. You wonder why there's disconnect in the world right now.
Culture wars.
Yes.
Get the ticket.
Well,
emotions are high.
We are now joined by Rick Heyman, Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Rick, we liked the song. Ben and Bella did not, but high scores in here. Nice work this morning, Linda Ronstadt.
Well, I'm sorry, Bella. Hey, Bella, we're sad to see you go. We'll miss you. We love you. Did they give it a score? I didn't hear it.
Yeah, 3 flat from Bella and a 1.7 from Ben.
Oh, that's a shame.
Went low.
Bad way to go out. Okay. Hey, look, give me a minute because this is a little complicated. So just give me a minute.
Okay, please.
Linda Ronstadt. There was a movie in 1978 called FM. Okay, and nobody ever heard of it. Nobody really saw it. It's available on YouTube for free right now. The only problem is that there's about 3 minutes towards the beginning of the movie where the music drops out, just like on our YouTube stream, due to copyright issues over one song. And the movie has literally, I think, 23 songs in it or something. It's about an FM station in L.A. It's the precursor to the TV show, I believe, WKRP. So it's a comedy. It's got some famous actors in it, but it has all this incredible music in it. The gist of the movie is they're preparing a Linda Ronstadt concert that they're going to play the radio, but not let the radio station know. The DJs were like rebelling, just like you guys over there with DP. Okay, so this song, believe it or not, was a huge hit for her. Okay. And I know you guys were youngins and, short boy pants back then, but this was a big hit for her. Mm-hmm. So Tumbling Dice, Mick Jagger came backstage. She was performing somewhere, and he said, "You play too many ballads. You should do rock and roll." They gave her the permission to do Tumbling Dice. She put it on a record. It was a bazillion seller. This is her playing it live with her real band in the movie.
Oh.
And I'll send you guys the link, and when you watch it, you're not going to believe how great it is. Even though Jake played all of 42 seconds
I played more than that.
Rick, I'm going to push back.
I played quite a bit
it was
today.
pretty good there.
I gave it a lot.
Oh, okay. Don't get defensive. Don't get defensive. Now, a couple of quick things. Back in those days, 1978, Linda Ronstadt was the highest paid woman in rock. She wasn't even a rock singer. She was a kind of a country/rock ballad singer. Mm-hmm. She had 6 platinum certified albums, 3 of which were #1 on the billboards at the simultaneous time. In 1978, she made over $12 million, equivalent to $56 million in 2023. In the same year, her album sales were reported to be 17 million, grossing over 60 million, equivalent to 300 million in today's environment, as far as with our $3.79 Casey's Pizza inflation.
Gone up too much in price.
By 1979, she'd collected 8 gold, 6 platinum, and 4 multi-platinum certifications for her albums. Unprecedented feat, particularly for a woman. Her 1976 greatest hits album would sell consistently for the next 25 years. Certified 7 times platinum in 2001. So 25 years and probably still selling records for all I know. Now, this is great. The opening line of Ronstadt's version, this is hilarious. Nobody knew the lyrics to this song, Jake. Lyricosis. I never knew the lyrics to this song. The Stones didn't even know the lyrics to this song. Okay? It wasn't written down anywhere. So Jagger sat down and wrote out the words for her. The opening line, their version says, the Stones, "Women think I'm tasty, but they're always trying to waste me." Ronstadt opened with, "People try to rape me, always think I'm crazy."
Wow.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dark.
Dark
there.
Odd.
Anyway, I'll send you guys, and I'll post it on my Facebook, this video of her singing this live with her real band. It's a 4-piece band. The bass player is unbelievable. Waddy Wachtel was the guitar player. When you hear his guitar riffs and the slide guitar part on this live, it's absolutely ridiculous. So, with that in mind, let's go to... Oh, incidentally, you know what you don't see in concert back then? Every damn person on the planet with their stupid phone up trying to get a recording of it. like you do today when you go to a concert. Okay.
Jump the zippers. Here we go.
First one, Linda Ronstadt's real middle name. Linda Ronstadt is her real name.
Okay.
Linda Ronstadt's real middle name is Joanne, Marie, or Francine.
It's Marie. It's Maury.
You got a diamond.
That was a layup.
Wow.
That was a layup. I knew that
Works,
one.
Zip.
Yeah.
I knew that one.
Linda Marie Ronstadt.
She's gorgeous.
Coach,
Over to Bill.
is Linda under or over 77 years old?
Over.
You get a diamond. She's 78. Unbelievable.
78.
My
Nice
God.
job, Bill.
Sip, how many posters of Linda Ronstadt did you have on your wall?
I don't know
back in
that I
the day?
had
I
any.
don't know if I had it.
I had the classic Farrah
the
Fawcett.
Farrah Fawcett in the red one piece.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
None of
Go
Ronstadt,
back
but I do like Ronstadt, and I've had liked her since I was in my teens.
Yes.
Probably yes.
Yeah, that's why I told you I had a twofer for you. I had Stones and Linda Ronstadt.
Good job.
today.
It was
Nice.
incredible.
It was.
Okay.
Okay. And by the way, she never showed much skin or any of that
No.
like they do today. She
Classy.
just got up there
Classy
and
girl.
blasted it out, and she has perfect pitch.
Mhm.
She is actually an opera singer.
Oh.
And general question for everyone, is she or is she not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
No, she's in.
We go. Collective, yes. Here.
Yes.
Collective, yes. You all get diamonds. 3 diamonds today.
Woo! I knew it.
Three.
I knew it.
2014, and let me tell you, there ain't going to never be another Linda Ronstadt. I'm
No,
sorry.
you're
At least
right
we had
on that.
one.
You nailed that, Rick.
At least we had one. Rick, what's happening right now at Sauter Heyman Jewelers?
Gold is at an all-time high. We talked about inflation. That means gold is through the roof.
Mhm.
If you've got old gold laying around from your mother, from your grandmother, or from yourself, bring it in. We'll pay you cash.
Wow.
If you want to trade it, we give you more. So if you want a new piece of jewelry, we'll take that old gold. We'll convert it over into credit for you. We carry the biggest selection of Husker jewelry of anyone in the area. Go on our website, and I know we get listeners from all over the world. You can order online real easily. If you're a breaker, just put in ticket with a capital T on our website. It's from $20 and up, and we do have those spectacular corn husk earrings that are custom made. I think they're $500, and I got to check with inflation to make sure they're still there at $500. But we sell out of those every time Lori makes them.
Mhm.
Heartland Diamonds. You heard my daughter right before this, Jordan.
Mhm.
The most beautiful diamond in the world. You can see it all the way across the room. It shows hearts and arrows. Hey, we're going to have Jordan Larson in the store coming up in the month of October to sign autographs about that beautiful Olympic diamond pendant we made for her. Check us out at SauterHeyman.com on Instagram and Facebook, and I will post this video in its complete form on my personal Facebook. You should be following me at Rick Heyman.
Rick, always good stuff. Thanks for the time.
Thanks,
We'll
Rick.
chat with you again next week.
Bye-bye.
The song
Bye-bye.
today again was Tumbling Dice by Linda Ronstadt from the movie FM.
Unique. Very unique.
Very unique.
Very unique.
Indeed.
It
Yep.
was yeah.
High scores in here, not so much with Ben and Bella.
Yeah, over there it
That's-
didn't go
that's
well.
That's
okay.
surprising to me.
Well, tensions are high.
Yeah, it's
Emotions
Bella's
are
last
high.
day.
Emotions are high.
are high over there. When we come back, Mike Schafer in studio, an early break on the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Travis with Midwest Bank, now with 2 branches conveniently serving Lincoln and 8 other locations across Nebraska. We're here to help you with any of your needs. From opening a checking account to buying a home or financing your business, our staff is here for you. Stop in and you might see Shin Daddy himself. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
Stevens & Smith Construction is a full-service, employee-owned concrete company that specializes in residential and commercial foundations and flat work. They've been a leader in the concrete industry since 1971, with nearly 250 employees combining for more than 2,000 years of service. With locations in Lincoln, Omaha, and Kansas City, they're united in quality, integrity, and professionalism to create excellence in construction. Learn more today at stevensandsmith.com.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through September 29th, enjoy 8-ounce USDA choice bacon wrapped sirloins for $4.99 each, all-natural boneless chicken breasts for $2.99 per pound, and make sure to try Fairway's seasoned fresh Oktoberfest bratwurst or chili cheese bratwurst. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
At Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, we're ready, reliable, and recommended. Water heater acting up or your sump pump on the fritz? Call Action. Summer's around the corner. Is your AC working? Are you sure? Call Action. Electrical problems? I'm telling you, call Action. Call Action for a free same-day estimate or a trusted second opinion. You heard that right, a free same-day estimate. 402-423-6960. ActionLincoln.com.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread?
I can't stop eating it.
Rico, relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today in most local grocery stores.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit OStreetCarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Oh, Kansas.
Here we go.
If I can have it today. You just don't stop giving, do you?
Green flag, we're underway.
The closest finish in NASCAR Cup Series history.
What a finish, boys.
Close to downtown, amazing campgrounds. 4 NASCAR races in one weekend, and it's the playoffs.
Goddamn drive.
Now you're just showing off. But we're not mad. In fact, we're looking forward to it. NASCAR Playoffs Weekend at Kansas Speedway, September 27th through the 29th. Get your tickets now at kansasspeedway.com.
Disney on Ice presents Mickey's Search Party. Get closer to the magic than ever before. Play along with the Toy Story gang. Explore the colorful world of Coco. Sail away with Moana. Soar to new heights with Belle. And journey to Arendelle to thaw a frozen heart. It's an all-out celebration at Disney on Ice presents Mickey's Surge Party. Playing Pinnacle Bank Arena this Friday through Sunday. Visit DisneyOnIce.com for show details and get your tickets today.
Are your feet just killing you? You feel like all hope is lost? Say goodbye to discomfort and hello to pain relief at Brown Shoe Fit. They offer expert advice along with high-quality products to help you find the right solution tailored to your specific needs. Need a different width? Not a problem. Brown's carries a wide range of widths in store. Brown Shoe Fit on 66th and Q.
Drinking and driving causes serious harm to friends, family members, and loved ones. In 2021, 65 people were killed in Nebraska by a car crash involving a drunk driver. Do not drink and drive. By drinking less, you can still be here for your loved ones. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Wake up, Lincoln.
I overslept. Damn rooster didn't crow.
It's time for Early Break, sponsored by Midwest Bank. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
If I were a
sparrow, cat.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
You get one team. Mine's the Houston Oilers. I'm not the Texans, and I'm not the Titans, so I'm out.
This is Early Break.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Thursday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Hour 2, as always, sponsored by our friends at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC. Location in South Lincoln at 27th and Jamie Lane, also at 70th and Pioneers. And what's happening today with Shin Daddy in Creighton, Nebraska, Bill?
Well, he's taking advantage of the rodeo arena that he set up yesterday for the youth calf roping contest that they were doing. And so today is going to be dogs and frogs. Dogs and frogs.
Dogs and
yeah,
frogs.
so because they have all the dirt down in the parking lot for us right there. So Shin Daddy's got a nice little bonfire built for a wiener roast.
Mm-hmm.
And then frog jumping contest. A big circle has been made. The frog goes you have your frog go in the middle of the circle. Who jumps out first? So you can bring your own frogs, or Shin Daddy went out yesterday and also they have some house frogs. So if you don't have a frog of your own to put into the contest, Shindy has some there. So he has his own frogs. He has a big bucket of frogs.
He does.
Yeah. So it's dogs and frogs.
Okay, now how the dogs fit in?
What's that? The dogs are hot dogs.
Oh,
There's no hot. There's no dogs. It's dogs and frogs.
It went right at his face.
It went right at his. I mean,
it just never got
there.
And
what happened there? Because I even said that there's going to be I said there's going to be a bonfire. So are the dogs jumping over the fire? Is this some sort of a stunt? So now what do the dogs do?
I was waiting.
Waiting
for the third part.
We led with the dogs. It's a wiener roast.
Okay, that's right.
He's got set up.
Okay.
Yeah. Creighton locker dogs.
Okay, I'm sorry.
And potato salad also from the locker.
Dogs and frogs. Midwest Bank.
Where are the dogs? I don't even know who you are.
I don't know either.
Thanks to Midwest Bank and Shin Daddy.
Sorry.
By the way,
Shafe's here.
Mike Schafer, 24/7 Sports in the building for the full hour. His hour is sponsored by Ben Spurk at Farm Bureau Financial Services. Please call Ben at 402-217-9945 for your insurance needs. Schafer, good morning. Good to see you.
Good to see you guys. Apologies for missing last week.
You had a sick child. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yes.
Illness.
That's scary.
Illness, but you're back now. So everything's good.
We're back, yes.
Everything's good.
Does the child sickness freak you out like me and Sip does with our dogs? Because dogs can't talk to you. So the baby's what? How old now?
He's 7 months.
So the baby can be like, hey, I have a little congestion right now, or I have this. You have to kind of figure it out in your head, right? So
yeah, we went through everything. It turned out that it's just like a really bad earache. The biggest problem was he just wasn't sleeping overnight. So then you just kind of have to hang out with him for long stretches of time to make sure that he at least gets a little sleep on your shoulder.
Yeah.
So I just was in no place to talk publicly at 7 a.m. last Thursday. So
we're glad you're
back
today, though.
Thank you.
Schafer, the story of the day has been, or the last 2 days has been the situation at UNLV.
Yeah.
Matthew Sluka, the quarterback there, who again 3-0 on the verge of being ranked in one poll, on the verge of being ranked in other polls. But they a win against Kansas this year. They've been a good team, but he's leaving the team because of unfulfilled NIL. And I asked the question about a domino effect in college football. What's next after this? What happens next? What does this lead to?
Well, I mean, you saw a couple other Bear Alexander, a defensive lineman for USC. I think UNLV had a running back do something similar.
Correct.
It's not exactly new. You've seen players kind of do this before, though, in the past. I guess when it's happened with Nebraska, who's the running back under Frost that left?
Don't do this to me.
Greg
Bell.
Greg Bell.
Yeah, he left like during the season.
Yeah.
After the third game of the year to protect his eligibility, and then I think he resurfaced at San Diego State.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's not like this hasn't happened before. It's just a very, very public and messy
divorce
reveal.
Yeah.
I think reveal of sort of how the NIL people, I think, had an idea that it was a little bit more official. Expecting that there's just this mountain of paperwork and agreements and everything else. And
Big difference on the Bell story, just because his was to preserve eligibility.
Yeah, this is pre-NIL.
Yeah, exactly. So it's
Pre-NIL.
it is. So this happened before, but now it's a money grab.
Right.
Here's the thing I want to interject, Schafer. I think there are various stages of NIL being official. I think at Nebraska, it is pretty contract oriented.
Yeah.
And this type of thing, we should give this voice. This type of thing wouldn't happen in Nebraska because
now, but I would say that there's certainly rumors that they had issues when NIL first started on fulfilling everything.
Right.
Not under the current regime.
No, but
I mean, I'm just saying, like,
it's less
because
it's much
this is
less
still
likely.
largely in its infancy. And I agree, Nebraska in its situation right now, I wouldn't expect something like this.
No.
But in other places that are still working their way through it, and I mean, we've seen places as big as Florida come up with issues to actually pay the players after all the amount that was promised.
Rashada
was one of several.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things that I think kind of has to be worked through. I think the very public nature of it, though, we haven't really experienced while it's happened during season. Like, I'm pretty fond of saying that you don't have to think about NIL a lot during the season.
Oh, here we are.
Well, the conversation has changed in there.
Gundy said, "Yeah, don't have your agents coming in here. Season started. We're playing football." Remember, that was a big story when the season started.
Good.
Don't have anybody coming here talking to me about money. Don't do it. Set it up front.
Draw the line. I wonder if I mean, you know who's been.
Well,
I haven't heard anything
on
from
this. Basically, the family came back for $300,000.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything from Barry Odom, by the way.
Well, here's the problem. That's why there's the rules. They can't comment on it.
Yeah.
They can't. That's why when they said that the offensive coordinator agreed to, yes, that's no problem with the 100,000. He is in no way can do that.
No.
He might have just said it real passing because the first I've been in it. I've done it. It's real simple. It's like coaches or anything like that. That's not me. That's the first thing you say. I have nothing to do with
It's
that.
a collective.
I have nothing to do with what that is like that. That's that's always that we have a very good collective that I'm sure will have a great plan for you. That's it. That's it. You do not get involved with it as an assistant coach in no way, shape, or form. But now also Barry Odom doesn't get to answer. And also the offensive coordinator doesn't get to answer. I mean, that's the crazy part. He
can't even talk about losing his quarterback.
What's that? He can talk about that. So yeah, we don't have a quarterback now, so we're going to number 2. Here's what we're doing. But he can't. Well, tell me, because he named names. He said it's the offensive coordinator. They said it on air, and so it's very, 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 very difficult.
So fun situation right now at UNLV, and we'll see again. Barry Alexander,
well, and then they're
USC.
3-0. Like that's so. I'm sure you wanted to transition there, but like the difficult part to me,
if they're 0-3,
yeah,
okay, no, it wouldn't be a story. It's like you're 3-0, have a chance to win the Mountain West. I said they're one of 12 teams that has a chance to make the playoffs. They're kind of one. They're talked about. When they start talking, UNLV is mentioned because they beat 2 Big 12 teams.
Well, to me, I guess it's sort of like, what do you think is going to? And maybe it's all just money, and maybe that's what it is.
Just remember, you know who would love to be back there right now? The starting quarterback from last year, who's backing up at USC and not playing. He'd be like, I'm sure he's sitting there going like, "Oh wow, I wish I was playing football." And if he thinks he's going to go someplace, and all of a sudden he's going to be the starting quarterback,
Sluka,
Milroe leaves Alabama, and Sluka is the next quarterback at Alabama.
40% completion percentage.
44% completion.
He's a very specific system-oriented
Yes,
quarterback.
he is.
I just don't. To me, it again, without knowing the entirety of the situation and who said what and whatever else, just looking at the very base level of where he is playing right now, your situation really couldn't be a lot better than it is. So you're walking.
Yeah, he's
away.
playing in the best situation he could, and this part didn't work out. Other ways to handle it, but where's he going to be next year? Wyoming?
Yeah,
I just don't know where it's going to get better.
Yeah,
right. Just so people understand.
Well, and then there's going to be coaches that don't want to. Sorry,
no, you're fine.
That don't want to deal with what happened because of it's very public blowback here. So anyway, sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I was going to ask, moving on from that situation, Nebraska played good defense the first 2 weeks of the season against Northern Iowa. 3 points. Defense was a little shaky at times. But then last week, of course, against Illinois, 31 points. They couldn't defend in the red zone very well and couldn't get a lot of pressure on Luke Altmaier. Was that a blip in the radar performance? Are you concerned about the defense after the last 2 weeks going forward?
I wouldn't say that it's like it's not yet like a long-term concern. There's a part of me that wants to say that Friday was largely just a really bad off night for Nebraska. I mean, their safeties got caught looking in the backfield multiple times on play action. It felt like they were in between on whether they thought it was going to be a run. It ended up being a pass. When they thought it was going to be a pass, Illinois was able to steal easy yards right in front of them because they have numbers. They ran with numbers. I just thought Illinois' offensive coordinator called a really, really good game, and Nebraska could not adjust to it. I'm just not at the point where I'm panicked about the defense or think that what we saw in the first few weeks isn't symbolic of who they can be, or what we saw last year isn't symbolic of who they can be. It starts, they've got to be better at tackling, and they have to figure out how they can get more pressure up front. I mean, one of the noticeable things, a lot of pressure in the Colorado game. You divorce that game from the other three. Nebraska didn't get that many sacks, doesn't have that many hurries. Teams have thrown quickly on them, so the ball's not, sitting back there for a long time. But they're going to have to find a way when it was to get more pressure with 4, or they're going to have to commit to blitzing more, which means their secondary is going to have to play better too. So there's just some areas where it needs to look better. Not to jump ahead because Purdue is an important game, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm looking at that Rutgers game and thinking if Rutgers and Illinois looks a lot similar, that would be then concerning to me going forward. I just think like I don't want to put too much on one game on a Friday night where they clearly were not at their best.
I'm not going to worry about it till this is why I'm watching this game closely. I mean, Purdue can do damage.
Sure.
Now, if it becomes a 3-game trend, then you're serious. I wouldn't say I'm seriously concerned right now, but if Maccabee runs for 178 like he did 2 years ago, yeah, of course I'll be concerned. Now, so you just got to see what it looks like. Now, Devin Maccabee, number 45. That's who you're watching.
Schafer did his weekly simulation last night for the game ahead.
Oh, this is the best.
It was a high-scoring game. Now Nebraska came up on top. What was the score of the game, Schafer? And who performed well?
It was 41-30.
Okay.
Nebraska.
Dylan Raiola, who had a really tough time against Illinois the week before, virtual Dylan Raiola threw 6 picks in that game. We've never seen anything like that all year.
You don't see that much.
Particularly bad.
Usually 4, you're
Illinois.
out.
Yeah. He came back really strong against Purdue.
Yeah, because you're not on the field.
Nebraska had no turnovers, no interceptions, no fumbles. They were able to move the ball pretty well through the air.
Good.
And it found Thomas Fedoni a few times in that game. So maybe if things were to translate over to real life, maybe the tight end gets involved a little bit more.
The simulation occurs on Wednesday nights.
On Wednesday nights, yes.
And the score was
there was a lot more enthusiasm for it before Nebraska dropped their first game in real life. But I think the people will be back once they start winning again.
It was 41-30, the final score of your simulation. High-scoring game.
Here's one for you. It was 3rd and 6. Nebraska just needs 6 yards. They get it. They finish the game with a kneel. They throw, hits Alex Bullock, and you think, veteran like that, he's probably going to slide, right? No, he ran it to the end zone. So then Nebraska's up 41-30, and you're thinking, well, wouldn't the most Nebraska thing ever be you give up the quick score and then the onside kick? The virtual talk shows all week are talking about how the receiver didn't go down. Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
The virtual Jake Sorensen.
Geez, out of control. Now, we know it's been a situation all year long with the kicking situation, and Matt Rhule said last night on State Ride Radio that Tristan Alvano is going to be out for a few more weeks. It's the John Hull show for a while. Now, John Hull had a chance to kick a game-winning field goal, or at least a go-ahead field goal against Illinois, missed it, pulled it left. If can he get that fix in close games? Where's your confidence level in John Hull in a tight game?
Well, right now, what's my confidence level in the snap, the hold, and then the kick? I mean, it's not like it's just. They're talking about the hold hasn't been there. Previous weeks, the snaps haven't been as good. The whole special teams operation, as a whole, like we're talking all of it, not just place kicking. I have a lot of concern. I mean, people came out of Friday concerned about Nebraska's defense. I came out of Friday thinking we spent all offseason talking about how special teams could cost Nebraska a game. Their first Big Ten game, you go against a very good special teams team. Nebraska was bad. I mean, it just multiple areas of that game, they were bad on special teams.
Good God.
And so they have to at least be average on special teams against Big Ten teams because everyone else in the conference is great. Purdue this weekend will be great. If you watch USC, Michigan, They traded bombs of punts back and forth. Michigan just sat on USC the entire game. I think they had 4 punts inside the 20. Their punter was the MVP of that game if it wasn't for Khalil Mullings. I mean, so special teams in the Big Ten for everyone else is like an A or an A+. Nebraska has to get it to a C, and that still cedes so much ground to everybody else. I just that is the one area of the team where it just feels like Nebraska is just teetering towards disaster.
Do you feel they're at a D right now?
Yeah, I mean, it feels like because there's name one area that you feel other than Isaiah Garcia Castaneda. There's not anything else where I'm just like, okay, that's at least been solid every single week.
Coverage, okay.
Not on kick returns.
Not on kick returns.
I mean, they've
and punt returns.
Well,
no.
and then
you're right.
They're making that decision. We want to kick it off to the 2 or 3 yard line. Well, are you putting the ball high enough in the air to allow your coverage unit to get down there, or are you putting them in a bad spot? Buschini's in a tough spot where I don't feel like the gunners on the outside. I thought Illinois handled Nebraska's coverage really. I mean, even when the punt was to the right side of the field where your coverage was supposed to be, Nebraska's downfield coverage wasn't nearly far enough. I mean, they were allowing big chunks of yards in plain sight. And we used to call it hidden yardage. With Nebraska right now, it is just obvious.
Glaring. Yeah,
it's concerning.
That's 60 yards in punt returns.
Yeah, I mean, that's and 33 of it came on one.
Yeah, 37.
But even still, even still, there was another one in there where you have the opportunity to get a guy inside the 20. Your coverage has to be there, and it failed him on Friday. It really hurt him.
Yep.
In general, if you're just talking just punt game, if they're not vicing the gunners and the 2 outside guys, it should be a wins. Because I always say there's the 2 hardest things in special teams is real simple. It's being one-on-one versus a gunner and having that guy not make the play. In the NFL, they'll beat vices, but the one-on-one is where that's where the game's at. The other hardest technique is the front line on kickoff return. Those 2 techniques are so hard to do. And so if you're singled up, like I said, and you have to win in one-on-ones in those, that's the case. And I know there was talk of where the punt was and the hang time, all those different things. But even with that, those I'm just telling you what, from special teams perspective, what should happen. When they vice you, then the net has to show up. That's the center, guards, tackles. Then they got to show up. Those guys, those front 5, they got now they're the one-on-ones. They're the ones that have to be able to make a play.
You got to have dudes out there, in other words. Yeah.
Special teams. But you're saying, you think everyone else is an A to A+, but Nebraska's a D at best.
That's what it feels like. I mean, you guys watch the Big Ten. I don't know with the new teams, but USC punted the ball really well. That's going to be another team. I mean, they have good specialists. I don't know about UCLA and Washington and Oregon.
Yeah, there's some I don't know.
I mean, the rest of the Big Ten that you've seen and watched Nebraska play over the last decade, they're always good at special teams. Illinois is always a terrific special teams team. I mean, their backup kicker hit a 59-yard field goal in a game.
Yeah.
I mean, Nebraska's over here. If it's inside of 30, they have a 75% chance it's going in. So it's just a very different world, and it's not new. I think that's what's the frustrating thing about it. You knew it going into the season, and now you saw that. I think it really cost them.
Couldn't anticipate Alvano's issue.
No, I mean, the injury is different, but that's not why you struggled on kickoff coverage,
right?
Or you gave up what you did on punt.
No, exactly.
You've had your own issues in terms of returning and everything else.
Isaiah Garcia Castaneda has returned 6 punts for 43 yards, which is a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
But I don't want to hail it too much.
Well, no, what I'm saying is that's baseline competence.
Yeah, that's it.
Half of that came in
that's
the
it. That's it. That's all it is baseline competence.
Half of that came in the UTEP.
Yeah, I'm not trying to say that's a gold star.
No,
that,
no, it's better
follow
than
the leader.
They had 48 yards in returns last year.
Yeah.
All right.
That's not baseline competence.
No, that's not. So 43, at least you're getting somewhere. And you hear people say, well, people don't return punts. Well, Illinois just returned 2 punts for 60 yards. So somebody's returning them. It happens.
I watched Oregon do it against Boise State. They caught a punt and they ran back 92 yards.
Yeah.
Right. You can do it.
It's possible.
How many weeks will it take for Nebraska to get to 92 yards?
That 4 so far.
Don't get me started.
That's not great.
If you combine the last 2 years, they're still one short. Is that right?
God.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Still one short.
There we go.
Last thing before break, Schafer, regarding recruiting, Nebraska gets commitment from Dayton Rhule, the younger brother of Dylan Rhule.
Thank you, Jake. Thank you for bringing it.
How does he compare to? I know he's younger, but how does he compare to Dylan? What kind of player is he at this point?
He's really raw. I mean, this is a long term. You're betting on the genes. You're betting on the private quarterback tutelage. This is a guy that's still going through his first really foray of being a varsity quarterback in high school now as a junior, and so what he needs more than anything is just to go through game reps. I mean, he just needs to go through and learn certain situations that really only can be taught and learned during actual games, to what it's like being in the huddle when you've got to go get a score and all these different things. I mean, Dylan started his entire high school career, and Dayton is just now getting to that point. And so I think, people see the last name and they're going to want to compare. I don't even think it's close in terms of where one was at when he was going into his junior year and where the other is.
They're different guys too.
Yeah. Well, they're different personalities and, and all of that.
And Dayton's a lefty.
And when he was here at
Stabler,
Friday Night Lights, I mean, he's got a big arm. He can make throws. The consistency with it. It was every third throw there'd be a knuckler that would come out. And so, a lot of that is just getting reps, and it's going to be putting in time.
Time
the great thing
matters.
Yeah, the great thing here is Nebraska doesn't need him in 2026 or conceivably 27. So he's got lots of time to develop.
An example of that would be, people talk about that right now, the most incredible story is Jaden Daniels for the Commanders. And then you have Caleb Williams. Like, oh, whoa, hang on now. Just remember, Jaden Daniels has started 25 more games than Caleb Williams has.
Is he really?
25 more games. 25
Daniels
more.
is older.
He
than
played
you
50.
realize.
Yeah, he played 55 games in college, whatever it was. He's played 24 more games.
Yeah.
They say, well, not in the NFL. Like that. Well, I realize they're both in the NFL at the same time. When you've played 20 something more games, you feel a little bit better about yourself.
I think he was 24 when he was drafted, so he's a little older than what you're normal.
Yeah, and so it is the difference.
Not Penix, but
it's 20.
similar.
It's like 55 games to 30 something games.
Yeah.
So that makes a difference on time and how much you've played. How many games have you played?
The other thing about Dayton is he'll be more apt to run it. I mean, he can run it. He's more willing to run it. He's talked about it. Dylan can run. We've seen it. Dayton's probably a little more enthusiastic about it.
Dylan's running so far. I guess the word I would use to describe it is a little tepid. Like he's putting his toe in. It's not like a full bore. I'm 100% in on this. There was that play right at the goal line, and that was one of those where you just needed him to be probably a little more sudden or willing, I guess, on that than really what he was. I thought that he would be a little bit more in that regard, and so I thought they would be able to utilize him as a rusher more. I do not think that near as much.
Dylan Rhule, though, you would agree is the reason, probably the foremost reason for optimism going forward.
I mean, he was terrific on Friday. I mean, the interception is rough. I didn't feel like that. I don't know that whole call, whatever it is. It's unfortunate. His 2 interceptions this year are basically on 50-50 balls.
Yep.
And then even the throw to Luke Lindenmeyer, I mean, the process was good. It just throw was just a little bit off. That's going to happen sometimes. I thought he was excellent on Friday. He made some touch throws. You go back, you look at the first throw of the second half where he just drops that in over the linebacker between the safety, 20 yards down the field, rolling slightly to the right. I mean, it's beautiful.
When's the last time Nebraska's had a quarterback that could throw into the windows that he throws into?
I don't know.
It's been a long time.
I don't want to be like recency bias, but it's really hard for me with all of the knowledge and all of the memories I have of Nebraska quarterbacks to even think of someone who's somewhat comparable throwing.
Well, Zach Taylor did win the Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year, but he didn't have the arm strength that Dylan has.
And I mean,
Tanner Lee zoned him up.
Tanner Lee threw a nice ball, but
he had the Zach had the anticipation and the savvy and all those things.
Yeah,
but the overall top end arm strength, no.
You could zone him up, and he'd have a hard time throwing into windows.
Thanks, Steve.
I like saying stuff like that.
When we come back,
emotions are high.
They are. Emotions are high today.
Bella's leaving, and Ben is distraught.
He is distraught.
Look at Ben.
Sad over there.
Swoopy hair.
When we come back, Bill's Thrills, cool parenting tips Thursday, an early break of the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Midwest Bank. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Gary with Gary Michaels Clothiers Lincoln. I'm here to tell you about our custom shirt program. When you come into the store, we measure your chest, mid-waist, and sleeve length. Enter the measurements in an app, and we create your data fit size. You then try on one of our 99 data fit shirts for the proper fit. After that, pick out the fabric, collar, cuff, placket, and in roughly 2 weeks, your shirts are delivered at the same cost of buying off the rack. And by the way, the neck fits too. Gary Michaels Custom Shirts at 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
Hey farmers, wouldn't it be nice if you could cut your herbicide cost by up to 85%? Now you can with Green Eye technology for your sprayer. Green Eye's system integrates seamlessly with your current sprayer and works by identifying and spraying only the weeds. Reduce the threat of herbicide resistance, be environmentally friendly, and save a ton of money. Oh, and there's no acres fee. This is the precision spraying solution you've been waiting for. Contact Boyk Farmers Outfitters to get set up with Green Eye or check them out at BOECK.FarmOutfitters.com.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through September 29th, enjoy 8-ounce USDA choice bacon wrapped sirloins for $4.99 each, all natural boneless chicken breasts for $2.99 per pound, and make sure to try Fairway's seasoned fresh Oktoberfest bratwurst or chili cheese bratwurst. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Tailored Life is your headquarters for all things fall in Bennett. Make the short drive down Highway 2 for tons of items for your home, both indoors and outdoors. Check out their variety of potted trees, mums, and more. Plus, porch pots and landscape lighting to enhance the outside of your home. Don't forget their home goods for indoors, plus convenient drinks and snacks, most of which are produced locally. Visit Tailored Life today in Bennett and stay tuned to their Facebook page at Tailored Life 360 for food truck events coming up.
Hey, it's Jake Sorensen. Join us this Tuesday, October 1st from 6 to 8 a.m. when the break meets the bird. That's right, early break at Early Bird, 19th and K from 6 to 8 a.m. Stop by, see myself, Steve Sipple, and Bill Busch for live remote and the best breakfast in town with free parking. Early Bird, 19th and K on Tuesday, October 1st. We'll see you there.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and we are out of the gate for September with a very special GMC sales offer. We must move out all new GMC truck inventory fast. So right now at Koppel, we are offering true GM supplier pricing for everyone. Yes, you heard right. True GM supplier pricing on all GMC Sierras. That's over $12,000 off on select models. That's GM supplier pricing, $12,000 off on Sierras. Do not wait. Stop on in or check us out online at koppelcars.com.
We're on the air.
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
To more of Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We will get to Bill's Thrills in 1 second. Before that, quick plug for our friends out in Holdridge at Score One Smokin'. Still time to tailgate. Barbecue all fall long with football season. Barbecue rubs and sauces, courtesy of our friends Chris Nelson and company out at Score One Smokin'. Please go to scoreonesmokin.com to get yours today.
Chris has been competed very well last week. I thought he's off this week.
Is he off?
He's on slight sabbatical. Well, this is also harvest season, so he's got a lot going on. So he's been very busy, very productive. He's a winner. He's a winner. That's what he is.
He just wins.
Hang around with winners.
He's
the Al Davis of barbecue. Just win, baby.
Just win. Scoreonesmokin.com.
What if he wears a white jumpsuit?
That'd be incredible.
Yeah.
Why not?
That seems like a dangerous play with barbecue.
It
though.
does.
Yeah, it does. He could do it. Chris could do it.
He could do it. It is time for a Thursday edition. Cool parenting tips on Bill's Thrills. Let's fire it up.
Some call him the most interesting man in the world.
That is setting up the morel mushroom bonanza.
Oh,
yeah.
Is it going to be bonanza?
Mushrooms grow better with thunder and lightning.
Others call him Coach. But to everyone else, he's Bill.
I want to get one of those military ab stimulators for us to wear during the show. Have you seen? I sent you today.
It's time for Bill's Thrills on Early Break. Sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors.
Yes, as always, Bill's Thrills sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors, the ATMs, the cash cows of Lincoln. Please call them at 402-730-7387 for a free consultation to plan your financial future today. Bill, it is a Cool Parenting Tips Thursday today, correct?
Yes, I want to give a quick shout out to Ty Steinkuhler because he met with my nephew yesterday. Did an incredible job.
Who's your nephew?
Like that. Skylar Schindler, starting offensive center for Morningside back in the day. He started off the run at Morningside. They went deep into the playoffs, never won a natty, but he started the whole thing.
Skylar Schindler.
Incredible. He started
center.
He built Morningside. Skylar did.
Do you know where Morningside is,
Yes,
Sybil?
Yes, it's in Sioux City.
Yeah,
Correct.
absolutely.
So
I used to go to Sioux City all the time.
Crushing it. So anyway, today we're talking about cool parenting tips like that.
Flip it.
So back in the day, the biggest compliment I ever got was from the video staff at Nebraska, and they called me Bill Lasso, like that, for the Ted Lasso. Did you watch Ted Lasso? I can see Schafer watching. So there is a clip from Ted Lasso that I think really locks in for today's cool parenting tips.
Okay, thank you.
And if we could please lock in and listen, I'd appreciate it.
Love it.
You know, Rupert, guys have underestimated me my entire life. And for years, I never understood why. It used to really bother me. But then one day I was driving my little boy to school and I saw this quote by Walt Whitman. It was painted on the wall there. It said, "Be curious, not judgmental." And I like that. So I get back in my car and I'm driving to work. And all of a sudden it hits me. All them fellas that used to belittle me, not a single one of them were curious. You know, they thought they had everything all figured out. And so they judged everything. And they judged every woman. And I realized that they're underestimating me. Who I was had nothing to do with it. Because if they were curious, they would ask questions. You know? Questions like, have you played a lot of darts, Ted? Which I would have answered, yes, sir. Every Sunday afternoon at a sports bar with my father from age 10 until I was 16 when he passed away. Barbecue sauce.
So Ted wins he's throwing darts to win for
It's a great scene.
It's an incredible scene. But the thing about it that stands out, so I have this up, the be curious, not judgmental, the sign's up in my garage.
Be curious, not judgmental.
Teaching your kids that everyone has a crazy, interesting story. Be curious, ask questions. If you ask questions, it is incredible what you can learn and what you find out. Every time I see a veteran with a Vietnam vet hat, I want to talk to him. I'm always like, he has to have a story that's so incredible to listen to. I mentioned the story on John Robinson when I sat next to him for an entire year at LSU. And here's the key. John didn't say a word. If you asked him, it was like a spirit animal came out of him, and he would answer and tell you things. But he wasn't just offering it up. You have to teach your kids to ask questions. Because when you're just continually talking to yourself about that, no one cares. No one really cares.
Not really.
They really don't. But if you're curious, when I would sit and talk, whenever time I'm around old coaches, I just ask them hundreds of questions. What was it like to play here? What was it like to do this? What situation was it? What was it like to go against, to coach in the Army Navy game? Tell me about the league, whatever it is, to be able to see that. On the other side of it, right there, to be likable and to have any sort of skill set, you can't just spew stuff. All of a sudden, the ones that just constantly are just talking all the time, they want that. That's not it. So it goes both ways on how this whole transaction takes place.
Mm-hmm.
But I talk about kids and talking to their grandparents, of asking questions. What was it like to grow up in this time? What was it like to do this? If you ever get that across to your kids on how important it is to ask questions and to be curious, the stories, because everyone has the most unbelievable story.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone that has history, there's older, has a story. The younger ones still have a story, it just hasn't been used up much yet.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't got to it like that. But just the chance to talk to, it's the same thing we talk about sometimes. Young Ben, Steve Sipple's here. It's not like how do you run? How did you write this article? It's like, where were you at when you were covering this?
Mm-hmm.
What was it like being at this Orange Bowl? What happened during this time? Have you ever been
Mm-hmm.
locked in an elevator?
Mm-hmm.
All these things
Yeah.
that come up, all
Yeah.
the fun stuff that comes up when it goes down.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just,
Interesting.
I think it's just a tool that I think you can teach kids.
It's a great tool.
You need to ask questions because everyone has a story.
It's a great.
It just unbelievable story. And just go back and watch that scene. It's an incredible scene. That's just one that just stuck with me forever.
Ted Lasso. And that was Ted Lasso talking.
That was Ted Lasso.
I didn't know he talked like that.
It was, he does. Yeah. And he's just Mr. Positive. He's just absolutely the show's incredible.
Yeah, it's super unique because there's not a lot of television shows that are that sort of positive and messaging.
Yeah,
and
it was one of the most unique, and it was like during COVID time.
Yeah,
wasn't it? I mean, you couldn't have got enough Ted Lasso. You just want to.
I agree with that.
Just get it all over yourself. It's basically what you want to do with Ted Lasso. Anything from the text line, Jake?
East Lincoln West chimes in. He says, "Damn, hit the heartstrings today, Bill. Great advice. Thank you."
Hit my heartstrings.
Yeah, that was really profound.
By the way, that Jason Sudeikis is Ted Lasso as the actual actor for Ted Lasso. In case you didn't know.
I want to talk to Jason, but I want him to be Ted Lasso when I talk to him. I want him to be in character. I want him to be in character.
I mean, the idea of someone like that being real seemed so awesome to you that someone could be that positive and outgoing.
And if I'm
the idea is that you could be that person.
There's more knowledge out there. Help me out with this. But this was based off of a coach, I believe, from Wichita.
Is that right?
It's based off this story is based off a real life person.
I don't know
that operated like this. His big thing was believe.
Really,
I had the believe sign, but
is
everything.
that why he started as a Wichita State football coach?
I believe that's what it was. Yeah, I think that's why it started. He started as a Wichita State football coach, and the whole idea of the story is just incredible. And it gets into soccer, and it's a remarkable story. But like I said, be curious, not judgmental.
I like that. Yeah, that's a good
point. I tell you, at some point in time, I know I'm brutally judgmental at sometimes.
Really?
See something. We all when I was at some point in time in my life, I'm sure I judged stuff or wasn't curious when I should have been, when maybe I was talking, letting somebody else know, hey, you know what you know? Let me tell you what I know.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, oh, how about this one? I'm sure I've made that error. Guarantee it.
Well, yeah, you're human. We all do that.
A texter from the 308, Western Nebraska, chimes in and says, "My grandpa was a Vietnam vet. One time someone randomly came up and shook his hand and thanked him for his service. Now if I see anyone with a veteran shirt or hat on, I shake their hand, thank them, and it'll make their whole day. Great lesson today, Bill. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you, Bill.
The stories. Now, sometimes people don't want to talk, but I'm like, if they do, I'd love to listen to it. I'd love to have that information because again, the people have credible stories, and it's fun to hear them.
Yep.
All right, that is Bill's Thrill, sponsored by our friends Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid Plains Advisors. It's time to play the game show, and Schafer, they're 0-3 this week, so you got to help out.
Let's turn this around.
Time out. Was this the week we had the asterisk?
Oh,
there was a moment.
It was not really a moment.
There was a moment on Monday.
We won. Simple answer the question right. They would have won it, and there's no debate to
we
it.
just tore off.
I'm going back.
Jake
we
said
just
you
tore
were
off.
wrong.
Let me explain what happened.
It's 100% wrong.
All right, I
we
would like
won.
to know.
I'll explain what happened. On Monday, I was doing NFL colleges of backup quarterbacks in the NFL.
Okay.
And one of the questions was Jake Haener, who I had as Fresno State, and Sip guessed Washington, which he actually had his first year at Washington. So that would have technically been a correct
Not technically,
answer.
it won it.
Yeah.
Not technically.
Well, I'm pretty sure he played under DeBoer, right?
Yeah. But nothing matters. What was his previous school? Washington's one of his previous schools. Yeah, and it also
this is
it
controversial.
wasn't like it made it like, well, that just ties it up. That won it.
Oh boy, Jake.
I said that could be an asterisk. No law. I'll go with 0-2 on the week. So
okay,
far,
I'm okay with 0-2.
I cannot give you a win.
That's wrong.
Because
he won.
You can't change the result of a bad call in an NFL game. It was a mistake. Mistakes happen. Can't go back and change.
I don't know if you want to do the show anymore.
Yeah, you do. Yes,
the
you
game
do.
show. I don't want to do it.
Well, let's just leave it at 0-2 right now. We'll continue.
Today,
we're getting the first win.
Do you change that, Ben, to 0-2 to -3?
Ben, please,
Ben, quit talking to Bella. It's Bella's last day. I know it's emotional, and emotions are high. But we got to change that to -2.
Today, Schaefer's a lifeline.
Yeah, 0-2
for Sip because it's Throwback Thursday. Today is a Cowboys and Giants all-time leaders. They play tonight on Thursday Night Football.
Okay. Yeah, it's not bad.
You know your Cowboys and Giants.
I'll know some Cowboys.
Trivia 464-5685. Shut Up Sip starts right now.
We've all been there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
All right, 464-5685. Call to take down Sip and Schaefer today in trivia. Cowboys and Giants all-time leaders. Do you feel okay about this, Sip? It sounds
Cowboys.
like.
I should get some Cowboys.
And Schaefer?
Yeah, I feel pretty good.
Okay. Let's see how our caller feels. Nate, how do you feel about Cowboys and Giants all-time leaders?
I think we'll be all right.
All right.
Who's this?
This is Nate.
Nate.
Everyone feels okay here today, apparently. Here we go.
We all feel okay.
First question goes to
Jake Haener.
Nate. Jake Haener will not be trivia today. Nate, who has the most passing yards in Cowboys history with 34,183 yards?
Come on. Tony Romo.
Brilliant! You were going Aikman.
I was
going
Aikman.
He's 2,000 behind.
Okay, I was going
Aikman. Just the era of which Romo played, he's probably going to get more yards. That was my thinking of it.
More passing.
Yeah.
Tony Romo, correct. 1-0 lead.
Smith on those teams.
Right.
Sip, first question. Who has the most rushing yards in Giants history with 10,449 yards?
Got it.
Lead by 3,000 or 4,000 yards.
I'm gonna have to go to Schaefer on this.
I don't have it.
Oh, and Bill thinks he has it.
Yeah. I don't have a great answer for you here. There's no
I
one
can't
that's
even.
coming
I
to
don't
this.
even know that I
is
can.
pretty much by far the most.
I know I can envision him, and it's one of those instances where I just can't come up with the name. It's pretty obvious, I think, isn't it?
A well-known name, I would think.
Maybe it's not so obvious.
I'm.
You said it's pretty well-known name. That would not be.
Yeah.
I think I
don't know. For NFL fans, I'd say yes. Well known. Maybe if you're not an NFL fan, you would know the name.
Can you hazard a guess? Schaefer?
5 seconds. Do you want to use him if he doesn't know it?
I don't have.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to use him.
Take a guess.
Brandon Jacobs.
Brandon Jacobs. No, he was. I think he's top 5. He's top 5 with the Giants. Nate, do you want that one or not?
Story about Brandon Jacobs.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Let's take that. Tiki Barber.
I just didn't know.
I'd have missed
Schafer, I knew it.
I didn't.
I
I had
did know
Otis
it.
Anderson.
Schafer, I knew it was a barber. I couldn't come up with the name.
Why didn't you just say Barber? I think you would have got it.
I don't know if I could have got Barber even.
I wouldn't have thought you
sure didn't. I had the name.
No,
I didn't have the first name.
No,
or the
I
last
knew.
name.
I could see him. I could see him.
I could not get
You
that.
guys are in trouble.
You're in trouble.
This really hurts me when I can see the guy. I can't come up with the name.
So Bill had written down Otis Anderson. He's I think he's top 3 though with the Giants.
Otis Anderson. That's going back.
Nate, for the win, up 2-0. Last question: who has the most receiving yards in Giants history with 9,497 yards?
No, I think I know that.
Amani Toomer.
Wow, man! Amani Toomer is correct. That was well done by Nate.
Can I
was
question
well
something?
Yes.
And I'm gonna look like an idiot on this. He was up 2-0. You said for the win.
Yes.
How could he lose? If he loses, they come back and get 1 for the steal.
Yeah.
The question afterwards. Okay.
You'll get your 4th question then.
Gotcha.
You could have stole that.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
For the
It can
win.
be confusing. It took me 7 years.
7
to
years like
understand
that. Yeah. I got you.
To understand the game.
Nate, congrats. We get your bagels. Nice win.
Then
today.
did he win? Because one time you thought we
terrible.
lost.
He won that one today.
Okay. Did he win?
Shout out Kruger Development.
Kruger Development. He says, shout out Kruger Development. All right, there we go.
Kruger Development.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kruger
That's a
Development.
business, sir.
Okay.
Well, he deserves after that.
What was
win.
your final question?
Who has the most sacks in Cowboys history with 117?
Who's coming off the edge there?
Is it way? I just feel like I've got nothing.
I'm going.
I knew Tony Romo, and then
I'd go
Romo.
way back to Ed Too Tall Jones.
He was 4th all time.
Okay, who would that be?
I've got the top
Haley?
3.
I can't even.
Haley's not in the top.
He played for the too long for the Niners.
Who was? I can see him now. He played stand-up defensive end in the 2010s.
Might be onto something there, Shape.
Oh yes.
He's like number 90.
Yeah, he's in the Hall of Fame.
He is in
the Hall of Fame. I do know. I can't say
It's
it
not
yet.
a Wiley.
He
but
went
that's what I
to
have in my head.
Troy.
This is going to drive everybody crazy.
Yeah.
Go
The
ahead,
answer is DeMarcus Ware.
Not even hard.
He is 3 ahead of
Not hard.
Wiley in my brain.
Not hard.
He is 3 ahead of Harvey Martin and 6 ahead of Randy White all time with the
I was
Cowboys.
going to have Randy White. But I feel, well, an inside guy didn't have that
Yeah.
lead.
You put on these headphones, and sometimes your brain just
Yeah, it
freezes
does.
up.
This would go over to Bill for the tiebreaker. Bill, how many rushing touchdowns did Emmitt Smith have in his Cowboys career spanning from 1990 to 2002?
I need
So
a
144.
I like that because it's 12 times 12. So,
You guys go over that under or not?
I would go slightly under.
The answer is 153. Bill is very close. He said 144 and 153.
Okay.
By the way, that's 81 more than second place. Tony Dorsett had 72. So
81 more than Dorsett.
Yes.
Wow.
More than Dorsett.
That's significant.
Dorsett.
He doubled Dorsett, who's second. So Emmitt Smith he's very good. Very, very good running back. So that's tonight, 7:20 on Amazon Prime. Giants and Cowboys. Giants are desperate. Both teams are kind of desperate. Giants get the win against the Browns last week. The Cowboys
Right now,
lost
I
2
feel
straight.
desperate. I just want to fast forward to next week.
Yeah.
This is such a bad performance.
DeMarcus Ware, we should have gotten. We should
I
have.
game was over
absolutely
by
should have
that
gotten DeMarcus Ware, and I should have gotten
Tiki
Tiki
Barber.
Barber.
Should have
Not
got
hard
Tiki
either.
Barber. No,
Amani
those are-
Toomer was the one that I think I'm okay. If I walked away here and it's like I didn't know Amani Toomer,
Yeah, that wouldn't have. Yeah.
Tiki Barber, I absolutely
Come on.
should have known.
He's like
Yeah.
3,000.
And DeMarcus Ware, I should have known. This is terrible.
It's okay, Shane.
So we deserve better.
No,
Coaching
no.
staff let you down this week.
No, I mean I should have got Tiki Barber.
Even with the asterisk, you still win this week so far. 0-3. I'll go 0-3 versus 0-4.
But
Even
Ben,
though you won, it's
this
still
is a
a win.
sports show.
We do sport.
Hey, Nate got those right away too.
Yeah,
I was
Nate
impressed
was
by
really
Nate.
good. It's like
Very good.
it's like he made the show up and
It's almost
called.
like he did, but he didn't.
Text you what to do.
Did not.
Yeah.
The spillover with Schafer is next on Early Break on the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Midwest Bank. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Disney on Ice presents Mickey's Search Party. Get closer to the magic than ever before. Play along with the Toy Story gang. Explore the colorful world of Coco. Sail away with Moana. Soar to new heights with Belle. And journey to Arendelle to thaw a frozen heart. It's an all-out celebration at Disney on Ice presents Mickey's Surge Party. Playing Pinnacle Bank Arena this Friday through Sunday. Visit DisneyOnIce.com for show details and get your tickets today.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
You can help fight deadly diseases like RSV and influenza while getting paid for your time. Velocity Clinical Research is now seeking clinical trial participants in your area. Participants can receive compensation for study-related time. No health insurance is needed to join. Find a study near you at velocitytrials.com. That's velocitytrials.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hey farmers, wouldn't it be nice if you could cut your herbicide costs by up to 85%? Now you can with Green Eye technology for your sprayer. Green Eye's system integrates seamlessly with your current sprayer and works by identifying and spraying only the weeds. Reduce the threat of herbicide resistance, be environmentally friendly, and save a ton of money. Oh, and there's no acres fee. This is the precision spraying solution you've been waiting for. Contact Boyk Farmers Outfitters to get set up with Green Eye or check them out at BOECK.FarmOutfitters.com.
At Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, we're ready, reliable, and recommended. Water heater acting up or your sump pump on the fritz? Call Action. Summer's around the corner. Is your AC working? Are you sure? Call Action. Electrical problems? I'm telling you, call Action. Call Action for a free same-day estimate or a trusted second opinion. You heard that right, a free same-day estimate. 402-423-6960. ActionLincoln.com.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Hay harvest is a race against time. Order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower to harvest your hay quickly and efficiently while promoting quick dry down for quality hay. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location for full details on a new self-propelled windrower and experience the Landmark difference.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
What a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks, exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
Attention students and anyone else looking for a great deal. Sun Valley Lanes and Games has the ultimate weeknight special. For just $15.95, enjoy unlimited bowling, lucky putt mini golf, and laser tag. Flash your college ID at check-in to receive $2 off your admission. It's the perfect way to unwind Sunday through Thursday nights. Check out sunvalleylanes.com for hours and availability. Sun Valley Lanes and Games, located at 321 Victory Lane.
Lincoln's best place to meet, eat, and compete. Sun Valley.
We're on the air.
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
To more of Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The Spillover with Mike Schafer, sponsored by our friends at Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, One Love. A lot of good options there. Texas toast, slaw, fries, everything out there. Raising Cane's, many locations in Lincoln. Schafer, appreciate you being here as always today.
I'll give you a bit of a Cane's hack that I learned
What's the Cane's hack?
When I was home on parental leave. My cousin dropped off a 30-piece thing of chicken fingers, which is phenomenal.
30-piece thing.
Yeah, and so we had leftovers of it. I was like, what if we just coat these in Frank's Red Hot, throw them in the air fryer, and then we had buffalo chicken style Raising Cane's. It
Sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good.
Very, very good.
Sounds good.
So if you ever end up with leftover Cane's, just toss some buffalo sauce on it, put it in the air fryer for a little bit. Fantastic.
Oh, hang on. Sorry, sip.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Sounds pretty good.
I'm a big buffalo chicken guy, so I kind of go out of my way for it at this point.
We have not mentioned this on the show yet today or yesterday, but Troy Dannon, Nebraska's AD, was on statewide radio also on Tuesday. We talked about Matt Rhule last night on radio, but Dannon was on Tuesday. And he said he sent a letter to the Big Ten wishing to never play on Friday night ever again, besides Black Friday against Iowa. Any issues with that being done by Troy Dannon? I was not a fan of Friday night football. I thought it was unnecessary here in Lincoln, but did you have any issues with Troy Dannon saying that?
I don't. I'm interested in this conversation. I'm interested in what Mike says. First of all, I don't know that if I were an AD, I would write that letter, but maybe not make it public.
He made it public. He said, I wrote a letter.
The reason I might not make it public is because the Big Ten might come at you 2 years from now and say, hey, you're going to play a Friday night game.
Right.
And I don't know that Nebraska has the power to say, well, no, we're not. Right at this moment.
I agree with that. I'm like, this is odd.
Right. I might write the letter, just not make it public. You don't need to.
He voiced it on statewide radio saying, yeah, I wrote the letter. It was approved by the chancellor and the president for me to send that letter.
I think I would frame it as such. We would request not to play another Friday night home game until everyone else in the conference has done so.
Right.
Michigan, to me, that's the biggest thing. If other teams don't have to,
it's just Michigan pretty much.
I thought Penn State have
they not
voiced a ton of opposition to it.
I think they've done it though. Ohio State has done it.
Yeah. I know Ohio State has, which to me is sort of if Ohio State can do it, everyone else should be able to fall in line with it.
Right. Now, Michigan has been very adamant about not doing it, but Michigan can swing that hammer right now.
Well, yeah, they could cheat blatantly and never have to face repercussions for it.
Well, they won a national title.
Right. In part because of,
Right. But now, Jake, we're a little different. I thought the Friday night game was fun.
I did too.
Yeah.
I don't have an issue with it.
I don't really either.
I think if it happens once every 2 or 3, 4 years, I wouldn't want one every year because you already have Black Friday.
No, not every year.
I wouldn't want one where you have the game on Friday at home. So I wouldn't want 2 Friday home games in the same year. But if you can set it up where, every 4 years you have 1 Friday home game and you're on the road on Black Friday, and I don't think it's that bad. I really don't.
Well,
I'm not a fan having to go to it. My job revolves around Nebraska.
That's
yours does as well. So I'm not uprooted. My Friday is not really dramatically changed because I was probably going to a high school game anyways.
Right.
So for me to, say that I like it is different than
a
the
fan.
people, the paying public.
Right.
I don't mind Nebraska having the opportunity to have the national spotlight. The damn problem is they need to win those games.
Right.
Stop blowing those games.
You had think of how everyone reacted after the Colorado game. If Dylan Raiola hits that pass and Nebraska wins 31-24, and he has the game that he does with 4 touchdowns and the game-winning pass, they're all over the highlight shows. They're the discussion early in game day and everything on Saturday.
Yeah.
Like, I have no problem with that picture. The problem is Nebraska doesn't hold up their end of the bargain, which is also how you end up playing on Friday in the first place.
Yep.
Exactly. True. Now that had 5 million viewers at one point.
Yeah,
that's
good.
It's a super high number.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a showcase event for your school. Schafer's right. It would have looked a lot better had they won. But yeah, I mean, I just don't know if you're in position to say we're not playing on Friday if you're Nebraska right now.
Right. You've missed every bowl game since 2017.
There's nothing wrong with the request. You can request it.
But to put that out there and say that we put the request and we're proud of the request, that's a little odd.
He must have heard. I mean, I got to think he heard from a lot of fans.
Well, I don't know
that it didn't want the Friday night.
And then I do wonder if Nebraska had won on Friday, if we even hear about this today.
Maybe not.
Because some of it is just,
again, you're right. No, you're like, why would you, if Nebraska wins that game and like you laid out, you get all the accompanying positive narrative. Yeah. Would you want to put that? Would you want to send a letter and you come back on the radio the next week and say, I requested that we never do that again.
The thing is
no, I wouldn't think you would do that.
The crowd was great too. It was a packed crowd.
Packed crowd.
Packed house.
Packed crowd, big number on TV. I mean, so I don't know, but I bet he heard from professors, probably students, maybe people, just townsfolk that didn't like it. I imagine that's why he did it and made it public, right? Why else would you do it?
I don't know what the benefit of, because we're being honest, I don't know that Dannon has enough pull that him even making
He's a new AD here
to a radio station in Lincoln is even going to really make its way back to the Big Ten. Like it's one of those where I don't know that there's going to be a ton to be gained of it, but if he views it as a potential PR win for himself,
right? That's
personally,
what it might be. That
yeah. So I just don't. I think in this age of athletics, I mean, NFL games now are taking place on different days of the week. Like I think the TV market is always going, or the TV schedule is always going to dictate how things go, far more than the conference or even individual athletic directors can. And it was an opportunity for you to sell yourself in the same way that week 0 had been when you're over in Ireland or when they played Illinois,
you get this window
in Champaign. You get that opportunity to control the narrative by winning and by making people think, oh man, look at that crowd on Friday.
Right.
Look at all these,
the nation
what was
watched.
the conversation after they kicked Colorado's butt? Look at that environment. You work at a recruiting service. You know how the recruits reacted to what it was like.
Yes.
There's the same thing, with Friday. It's like, oh man, they pack people into that place. That looks cool.
Yeah, it's curious to me why. Yeah, I don't know. It's not.
It happened though.
Right.
He said it.
But I understand. Again, we come from a place where Nebraska plays a game on a Tuesday at 2:00 in the afternoon. You and I are generally going to be fine in terms of being able to cover, watch, attend, whatever it is.
For sure. It's
just our,
it's our jobs. We haven't been paying fans in our lives, right? And so it's
I haven't sat in that stadium as a paying fan since 2008.
I was 18 years old. So do the math.
I was 2 weeks ago, I think.
Jake does
paying fan.
Jake's fairly regular.
I prefer.
I do it for basketball. Does that give me a license to view it differently than basketball?
Kind of.
Okay.
Thanks again to Ben Spurk of Farm Bureau for sponsoring the Mike Schafer
Thanks,
Hour.
Ben.
Please call Ben at 402-217-9945 for your insurance needs. That's it for us. The Drive with Raph, AD, and AG is next for Steve Sipple, Mike Schafer, and Bill Busch. I'm Jake Sorensen. We will see you tomorrow.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet